Just joined in as Vasilia. Whoops.
Huh.
Not tonight. Wait,
Nope. Tavares time.
Yeah.
We did some things,
Oh,
didn't
the
we?
secrets of Falshtille.
Falshtille.
Falshtille? How do you say it?
Falshtille.
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 Alright.
I don't know if I said this before, but like that word reminds me of Goldmember.
Kind of.
He's like, he's Faja. He's Falshtille.
Falshtille. Okay, that'll help me remember it, if nothing else.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, it's Goldmember land. So yeah, you missed some catastrophes, Clayton.
Yeah,
No.
it's a bit of a bummer.
It was it was a mess. Fucking, you see, like, there's the town. We're 2 squares away. We fought for these 2 squares off of like critical fail navigation rolls. Like it was not good.
Let me tell you, if you guys were not following the coast, you
Why
guys
do you
would
think I
have been like
suggested to follow
way
the coast
down
to
that
begin
way.
with?
Thank God we at least had that, because like there was like a path like a few meters away from us, but like we were like going through like quicksand basically. It was weird.
Yeah, it was.
We didn't notice the path.
Found like every single tidal
Did
pool.
you
that
guys
was
like
long
roll
ago.
ones on your navigation or what?
Yeah,
I
and we
think-
all tried.
I think
Yeah,
there was
we all
2
had our
1s
separate
and a
efforts.
3.
Yeah, that's accurate.
That's not a lot of navigational skill.
No.
No. No,
No,
it's
we
like
really
we were
missed
like
you.
on this like beautiful like stroll through the plains, and then Unhawk's like, I forgot my spear at town, I'll BRB. And then like we hit one of those fork in the roads, this like fucking like hell and despair, go left. And
And
like
you chose
happy fun
neither of them?
times.
We all realized we had no skill in this. and
We
were
turned
lost.
around.
Fortune favors the bold. Let's go on this path instead.
Forge my own path.
Forge my own path. Yeah, it was
That's what
so
Vasilia would
good.
say.
So
I
good.
think it took us like 4 days to do 1 day of travel.
Yes.
Oh.
It was a lot.
Lord.
Wasn't an impressive amount.
It was not good.
And then, because bad things happened, I burnt down the entire village and all of the supplies we were sent to recover.
Well, you guys don't know that. You haven't gone back.
I feel
Oh my
like
god.
that's intentional though.
No.
Well, frankly, it
Hard
was
to
the
say.
better alternative, because like we were probably all dead if he didn't.
Oh.
But like, yeah, we fought like some sketchy toad people who
Well,
were like, we
I
could
put
take
down
these
a bonfire,
guys.
and then they put down a plant growth on top of my bonfire.
That
No,
apparently is
you-
like a 3-mile radius plant growth, and then
Yeah.
yeah, it was very
I'm sorry,
flammable.
what?
Yeah,
It's
it was some
300 feet.
bullshit.
It's a 100-foot radius spell
Yeah, it was some serious
that
bullshit.
causes like
Plants in the area to
double
overgrow.
difficult terrain.
Double
Yeah,
difficult terrain.
4 to 1
And-
movement.
We were just hucking javies at disadvantage until we ran out. We're like, guys, we're fucked. We're fucked. And then
No one has range.
and then David
We-
just pulled the pin and just hucked a bonfire. We're like, burn it all. Burn it
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, so
So
the
that's how
way
it's
that
gone.
went down was these guys saw they had a couple guys scouts, and while the guys were standing at the edge of the town coming in, they tried to talk to them, but they didn't speak
Aquarian? What?
no, it wasn't even
Oh.
Aquan. They speak Grung.
Oh.
So it's like a division of Aquan kind of thing, but more specialized. And then because no one could talk to each other, some of the Grung started hopping away and warned the main Grung in the middle of town.
With a disrespectful tone. They hopped away with tone.
Yeah, they kind of flipped them off as they ran away. But then you
We
guys killed 2 of them.
3 small fights into one giant fight. Is the
Yeah, Dion and I can't remember your name, David.
Davos.
Davos.
Yeah, they went in to try and talk to him. It went poorly, and then one of them like
Perceived.
looked threateningly at Dion, so I shot him with a crossbow.
Yep.
And yeah, we thought we had these guys. We killed like 3 of them. We're like, yeah, this is easy. we charge into the center of the town. There's 8 more and a shaman, and they turned out to be tactical geniuses with their use of spells, trapped us and covered us with spike growth, and it was super unfortunate because we
Yes.
had no ranged fighting, and we had no movement. We're just trapped in their fucking spike growth with no movement and no ability to really fight back.
It's great.
Excellent.
So we burned their town.
Before the fight really even started, this guy cast plant growth, and just like the whole town was just like weeds, so they just like shot up and basically covered everything. So it was like they had a jump that they could use, so they didn't give a shit. They just jumped through it, but everyone else had to stand there and suffer through it.
So we all climbed up on top of the one roof of the one building that wasn't collapsed. Because
Yeah.
we could walk on the roof of the building.
That was my plan.
And then we remembered that none of us had ranged attacks.
It was like
Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead.
So we can't fight on the roof of a building. we almost all died. It was wonderful.
But
Yeah.
in the end, we won. Don't
Not-
forget that part.
In the end, we both walked away unharmed. Both us and the Grungs just walked away.
Well, the Grung had 3 dead people,
That's right. 3 more than us.
but yeah. So they started off with plant growth. Then you guys started moving forward to attack them. So the shaman cast a spike growth. That way you guys wouldn't chase them. But David decided to light a few bonfires in the plant growth. And it's just overgrown weeds, so it caught real fast. And luckily you
Plant
guys ran
growth,
away before it
so we
overtook.
wouldn't chase them. They started the fight with plant growth and surrounded us.
They didn't surround you. They were running at you. Well, they were hopping at you guys.
Okay, yeah, it was not a surround, but like,
Yeah.
yeah,
No, they
that was
did
like
that.
an
Said she said
aggressive
there.
plant
Yeah.
growth.
They had plant growth to make sure that this was their whole plan about taking the town. And then, yeah, it worked perfectly for them until someone lit it all on fire.
Yeah,
Bastards.
jokes on them.
History is written by the victors.
Well,
Not how we
There
will
were
remember
none.
them.
There were no victors.
I was going to say, I think the real victor was me.
Yeah,
Entertainment value, yeah.
So
Yeah.
just to be clear, was this the fishing village that we were heading towards?
Yep, that is
Yep.
the fishing village that you
Okay.
were
that
tasked
was the
with
objective.
getting the stuff from.
All right, awesome.
Or at
Check
least
that one off.
cleansing
Recovered.
it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was. Oh, you guys also saw that there was some kind of revolving light in the fishing village.
Near on the coast, right? It was like some crazy ass fucking light in under the sea.
No. So that one was the scary sea creature that moved extremely fast and darted into a cavern, that was
Oh,
There was a
150
sea
feet
creature.
down.
You need to
Yeah.
check outside.
It was like a whale, and then we were like, "Look at that whale!" And
We
then
couldn't
And then
swim.
like,
something
swam
was pulling the whale in and ate the
into
whale.
a
Yes.
hole.
Yes, the you guys actually, was it Unhawk that saw the creature?
No,
Well,
it was
Unhawk
the-
wasn't with us. That was another one where it's like, we wish we had Unhawk so
I-
we could just throw him over the cliff. He could check that shit out for us.
Yeah, because none of us could swim either.
Okay, so
We were
so
just watching the
Davos
thing off the
saw it.
cliffside. We're like, "Oh,
We'll tell
okay."
you
that was
about
me.
that in a sec. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
so
let's-
Davos saw the creature and saw that it was a long creature. It wasn't overly wide, but it moved extremely fast and efficiently underwater and took a big chunk out of these whales.
Did you just say efficiently?
Efficiently, yeah.
I did.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness, I gotta drink more beer. I was actually correcting you and not punning it up. Good one.
Oh yeah. Well, let's
Um,
hop
you
into this
guys-
world, man. What the?
Yeah,
Let's
then you
get
guys
that
also
turtleneck.
had the you guys discovered some wolves were following you as well.
Yeah. Hate wolves.
You guys were on high alert from that.
Oh, let's
Oh,
kill
yeah.
some wolves.
They were howling in the distance.
wolves.
And
Dick wolves.
Moonhawk didn't see this picture, but
Yeah, we
Moonhawk,
can probably
This
outsmart
is-
wolves.
this is the thing that Tavares saw during his watch.
Oh yeah.
Neat. Did it look like it was unfriendly, or is it just kind of checking us out?
It looked like it was kind of the pack leader.
That's not the impression I got, but I'm glad you clarified. The pack. Oh, okay.
I
feel
like that response. Like, was he friendly? Tom's like, he has leadership qualities.
Yeah. Oh.
So yes, no.
Maybe so.
Take that as you will, player.
That's my political bounce off.
It's great
I like
management material right there.
I feel like they ate the remainder of the dead chickens we left.
Yes, that is where you last saw them.
Yeah, and they were
It
like,
delayed them.
we saw something in the woods
Maybe.
in the direction of the dead chickens, and then we saw this guy. So I'm assuming they were satisfied, and now they're just following us to eat our scraps. I don't
Yes.
know.
Or us.
So Tavares saw this thing. It was in like the little tiny tree line that the axe beaks were killed in. Tavares saw this thing on his watch come forward out, stare in the direction of you guys, and then return to the axe beaks.
Huh.
And
What a
you heard
wiener.
it was a cacophony of howls
Eating the
during-
corpses. of our
during the
vanquished.
night. Every night you've basically heard them, except recently the calls have been further off.
Okay.
And there was a village that got lit on fire, and then you guys ran away, and that's where we ended it.
All right.
Fucking beautiful.
Yeah,
So we burned the village and we walked away and we're long resting. Like we set up camp. Did we long rest or no?
Don't think so. I think we just got away from the town and we ended it there, and we were going to figure out short or long rest
Okay.
after.
Probably. Fuck. We'll probably long rest. I just updated my health. I was at 6.
Did we long rest? Because I still got
We-
15 out of 24 on mine.
We
I
haven't
don't
yet.
think-
is the
I don't think we
confirmation.
have yet.
Okay.
I believe we ended it before a
Excuse me.
successful long rest.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I know I'm pretty spent. If it's safe to long rest, fuck. Like, I guess we could be concerned about the toad guys coming back at us, but like, what time of day is it right now? We just traveled, or no, we slept.
You
Did we
slept
sleep
to
right
get
before the town?
You did, yeah. You slept to
Oh.
get refreshed, and then you guys made your assault because none of you can
See.
stay at night, except for Davos and Unhawk, I believe.
Oh, it's night
I
right now.
can, actually.
It's not, because you guys have awful night vision across your party.
Okay.
I think it's just Dion.
Yeah.
No,
I don't,
I'm a half elf. I have dark vision.
I do
Oh.
too,
Why did
as a
think
shifter.
someone
Yeah,
couldn't-
I thought it was only Unhak who could not see it at night.
I think that's the
Oh,
correct
Might have
thing.
been a coincidence.
maybe that's it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
in memory of Unhawk, we decided to attack during the day. But we were also not attacking. We were just trying to be diplomatic.
Yeah,
And
we
it
were trying to
literally looked like they were
some
going to
farmers.
spear Dion from where I was standing. So
Yeah, because like from all of our scouting, like it was unoccupied, so it was like let's just get closer and see.
And
Look how that worked out for you.
hey,
Yeah,
it didn't. Yeah, could have been better.
it was a complete tactical failure, and Dion is like totally owning that.
I blame. What's the name of your scribe again?
Faye.
Odric? Odric is my scribe. He's
Yeah,
not here.
Okay. I blame Faye.
Yeah,
my
Faye is
squ-
the one
my-
that is with you,
my,
the squire.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Faye's my
I blame Faye.
squire.
Faye, why'd you gotta light all these fires, buddy?
She was literally
I-
just like keeping a lookout.
Yeah, she's just like, it wasn't me. I don't have magic abilities.
Just trying to stay alive. She's getting blamed for fucking raising it down.
I should have just scouted in alone, taking the blame if I killed one.
So Davos, we have eyes, you know.
Well, look, I've created hundreds and hundreds of these bonfires and hundreds and hundreds of different cage matches, and never once has a whole town got up in fire. You know what I've never done in a cage match? Sat outside town, writing things down. It's got to be what did it.
I was not writing anything down. I was observing. Learning tactics from Leon himself. Although I feel I should disregard what happened in the town.
Sounds the same to me.
Can I roll an insight to see if Davos like is trolling, or if that is like the full extent of his intelligence that he believes this?
Is this truthful?
Like, yeah, I'm like, is he messing with me, or like, am I dealing with a simpleton? Like,
go ahead and roll insight.
It's not very. Yeah, it's a 4. Fuck.
All right, David. What do you want to tell him?
He thinks he's dealing with a simpleton if his insight is off.
My insight's very off. Be like, so I kind of just like approach Davos and like, I take a knee beside you and be like, well, maybe you haven't been out in the field much, but see these plains around us, the grass, and sometimes some other vegetation. It's very flammable. See, like you could use this in fire attacks. If you light fire arrows, you can set up flanks. But generally, if you light, it's kind of like the campfires you might have had in the comfort of your home, or like we've had before. Like when something is flammable, fire spreads. Like, do you understand? Like, you might not have had the benefit of fire in your cage matches. I can only assume it was barbaric. Like, completely sincerely saying this.
And it was anything but barbaric. But if you'd like me to show you barbaric practices, I can always oblige.
Leon, you have heard that the Rayton fight pits can get quite barbaric in nature.
Yeah. It's like, no, I'm not interested in barbarism. I'm trying to conduct a real operation here. Just trying to help you understand how the world works.
Okay. I thank you very much.
All right. And I just like stand up and I clap you on the shoulder. I'm like, we're going to do just fine.
Now, Mr. Master Tactician, having a battalion of archers, or at least 2 of them. I hear that they are very useful.
Aye. I would have loved to commission archers, but what I have is you. So we'll just have to work with what we have.
So I'm going to create a bonfire of my cantrip and say, and this is what we have.
Yes.
Kind of look skeptically at the two and the conversation that went down in front of me.
It's all been very...
Just shake my head. Go about my business.
It's all been a very educational evaluation of your abilities. I'm sure we'll improve on our teamwork, and we'll be able to use these abilities to masterful effect in time. For now,
I'm so happy that I don't have Eldritch Blast.
Truly a real warlock.
Such an
I love
objectively
it.
bad choice, but I love it.
This is so much better.
Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry, back in character.
Perhaps we should, get to safety, set up camp, and wait for Unhak to rejoin us. He's probably expecting to come to this village with a triumphant result, so we'll have to make sure to catch him before he enters and gets ambushed like we did.
Good idea.
Yeah,
Hopefully he remembers to stay to the coast as well. We should probably back up a little bit to somewhere that was a little bit further from the village and then rest for the evening wait for him.
Frankly, with the way our travel has gone, I'm surprised you didn't beat us here.
I'm gonna say, with his track record, it won't be long. Need that turtle and a sense of direction.
So we had some high ground overlooking the village, right? On the coast?
High ground's a relative term for where you are. You had like good high ground, like a day's travel out.
Mm.
So that was
Okay.
more like into this square here, but this is where it flattened out quite quickly into the village.
I see. So it's a day's travel to get to a defensible location. Is what you're saying?
Well, a day's travel on the map. For you guys, who knows?
Probably 4 days. Yeah. I probably let's just walk away for 4 hours and just post, just so like we're not. It'd be nice if we didn't have to sleep knowing we're gonna get attacked, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
I doubt those frog people could see at night. Like, cock my head because I don't really know.
That's true.
Never encountered a species like them. But they didn't seem overly aggressive or keen on taking the fight to us. We're probably safe to simply wander a bit from this, like, area. I don't
True.
think they're going to hunt us, is what I'm trying to get at.
Do they retreat back into the sea or just east or something? Did we get a direction?
Are they? They're on the coast, eh?
Yeah, so the village goes on to the call it an ocean.
Okay.
This vast body of water. But you saw them heading kind of that way. Yeah, you don't really know where they went though.
Okay.
Just east or
So-
west
Yeah,
somewhere.
they went east somewhere. You don't know how far. If they stopped as soon as they got out of eyesight, you don't know if they jumped into the water.
So
I mean, to be
theoretically, we can back off to the west a bit.
Yeah.
Set up
Yeah,
watch.
you'd be able to see them coming if they came at you straight from the east. Because
Yeah.
you do have like a slight high ground because it starts going up the cliff where you guys are.
Yeah.
Imagine
Something
as
like
long as we
creeks or
stay
something.
away from the water, they'll be at a disadvantage as well.
Oh yeah, is the water? When does the water become a cliff, or is it just shore right now where we are?
Like where your little square is right here, this is where it's cliff.
Could we get to that square?
Yep, that's where you guys. That's your guys.
Okay,
Like,
so we wouldn't
travel
have to worry
party.
about the water too much then.
No.
All
So they
right.
have to travel over land to get to us. Okay, I'm not too worried about it then.
Yeah.
Head back a bit.
Meta-wise,
We
I
can't-
just want to reunite the party, but we should probably just sit back and like recollect our thoughts and rest.
Mhm.
Wait for the village to thoroughly smolder before going back and seeing what metal parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like the stink of failure is still like hanging over all of our heads. It was very fresh. We just ran away. We all smell like smoke and shit, and we just like, oh, gotta reevaluate our lives right now.
Let's set some traps here. Or are we gonna move on a bit?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go post up.
Traps here? Okay.
Yeah, set some traps. Because like we're just in the middle of the day too, right? We attacked them like at dawn essentially. So we're gonna like 8
Yeah.
hours during the day, chill out.
Yeah, you guys had like
We're not even sleeping.
first
We're
light
just
attack.
chilling.
Yeah. I'm not too hurt, so I'll take the first watch, I guess.
Okay.
And,
Yeah, because like
I'll
we're not
put up,
sleeping.
like-
I
can all get
don't
ready
think
for
I
the watch.
took any damage. I think
Oh,
I
okay.
maybe
You didn't take
one
any
hit.
damage? Oh.
I got
think,
hit once.
I think Dion was the pincushion because he was the closest one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the one person who didn't like jump onto the rooftop immediately. I
Yeah,
tried.
I
I
think-
tried to stop the shaman, and I paid for it.
I think you took most of your damage from the spike growth because you failed jumping onto the building and like landed back in it, and were like
Yeah.
rolling around for a little bit.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal. So I'm gonna spend my long rest just poring over like maps with Faye and trying to figure out what we could have done right.
Okay.
How we should have approached that situation now knowing that we only have shitty javelins. I have 2 of them left.
So I'll let you take the first watch, Taverius, though, if that was what you wanted, and I can take the second watch in the dark of night.
All right. I'll set
Well,
up
I don't
traps
think we're gonna
at,
hit
like,
night.
the most convenient paths, I guess, that lead up to our campsite. I don't know what the battle map's like.
Okay, we could be nocturnal. I'm
And
fine
then,
with that.
I think that's yeah. Like, that might be what happens.
I'll keep watching,
We're long
steady.
resting at like 10 o'clock a.m. Like,
do what we gotta do. We make camp. We're not long resting. We're just posting up.
Yeah,
Different.
yeah. It's a long rest. It's just like a non-combat, like chill.
Yeah.
I will keep watching,
I
study
guess it's
the
a long
trees
rest
and
for Dion,
nature.
and for the rest of us, we don't really need it. We could have a short rest plus look around.
True. Yeah. Yeah. I need to get like my lay on hand, replenish my spell slots and my health. I use like everything.
So I'd like to look around for signs of what type of animals would be hunting here, to see if I can see like a paw print or a slashed tree trunk or anything like that.
Okay, give me a perception roll.
Where is that hiding? Tell you what. 7.
Hmm. It's hard to have anything distinguishable. The rain from the last few days seems to have washed away most of the prints.
Okay.
You do find some trees that have been kind of some like saplings or younglings that have been bent over by some animal that might be considered a larger creature. But that's really the only signs. You don't see anything that would indicate any kind of prey.
Okay. Looks like we should be somewhat safe from those weird lion things. They haven't been through here.
Perfect.
So I'm good to just like keep looking around, maybe cook some food, hanging around the camp for the rest of the day.
It's been doing nothing but gardening the last few days. My character is going to study the trees and the nature. Yeah. Is it like the same as the mainland that we're from, or is like a completely different like ecosystem?
So where you're from, Tavares, these trees are not the same. You have much more coniferous style trees, and these are much more deciduous.
Okay.
So they're kind of night and day for you.
Alrighty. That kind of makes sense. I'm not gonna go too in depth with this because I don't really know where to take it yet. So just literally dug up like 15 trees from my yard yesterday. So
Trees on the brain.
yeah, pretty much.
So who's got first watch? Sorry, is it Dion?
No, it's
It's me.
There's okay. So can I get a perception and a d20 from you, please?
Sure. Let's do perception. Give it like a natural 20. Bam.
Perfect.
Close. Okay.
And just a straight d20.
9.
Okay, 9. You have a uneventful watch.
Nice. Yeah, okay. I have, just the one hunting trap, I guess. So it's set up on like the most obvious path. I don't really know where that would be at this point. So I get Davos for his watch, right? Maybe?
Yep.
No.
Whoever.
Because it's still the middle of the day, so whoever can take over. It starts to
I'm
get dark in the
okay
evening.
Yeah, it's not going to be dark by the time this is done.
Okay.
If you're telling me you're watching, then I'll just be like, I'll take a quick nap. But like, I'm not in need of. I'm not in need of a full sleep. So
All right.
if you
Well,
want to pull
take
me
over.
down, I'm happy to.
Whatever. I'll just
Okay.
lollygag around the camp here. Let
Yeah.
you take charge.
I'll pull my hat off of my face, and then start looking around to make sure that we're safe. Did you want anything from me?
Yes, perception and d20, please.
What can I do? What do I have?
It is a 9 and an 11 perception.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna hold my crossbow close to my chest. Maybe string
11.
it, make sure
yeah,
it shoots.
Weapons drawn.
No, just thinking about the last battle where I didn't have my range weapon. Just gonna
Oh yeah, you dropped it.
prime
Immediately.
oil my crossbow.
Oh my god, right, you dropped your weapon. I totally forgot.
Always drop my weapon. Ain't got time to put it away.
Okay, so you see the winds start to pick up a little bit. and the trees begin to sway back and forth, making things a little bit noisier than you guys would like for a calm watch. But nothing approaches.
Oh, wonderful! I love the sound of the sea. So, I'm assuming that Dion has now had a thorough sleep.
That's about 4 hours.
I haven't been sleeping, but yeah, I have a rest.
He's been taking a knee.
I've been poring over some battle maps, brainstorming with Faye.
I'm gonna go to him and be like, "Hey, stop watching these maps and start watching the horizon."
Ah, you need a rest then? All right. We'll get our lay of the land. And I'll shoot out my little perception.
Yes,
Shoot out of perception.
I'm gonna just fire it out like a fucking eye laser.
All right, Scotty.
Scotty? He doesn't shoot lasers. That's a Cyclops thing.
You could shoot him if you wanted to. Scotty, turn the shields to laser.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds
no.
right?
So I had Cyclops so hard on the brain that when you said Scotty, I'm like, Geordie LaForge? What?
Scotty in the engine room.
15, both engineers. Yeah. 15 perception, 12 to 20 roll.
Scotty, set the shields to kill.
Set the shields to ramming speed.
Speaking of ramming speed, Dion, during your watch, you hear the wind has picked up noises, and you hear it whistling through the trees, creating kind of a cacophony of ruffles. You happen to hear some thudding coming from the tree line about 100 feet away.
Which direction?
South.
Thudding.
Shit.
Do I have to roll to know what was thud in nature?
Something
Thudding.
large and hard hitting a tree.
Getting closer or no?
It does sound like it is getting closer. So the tree line finishes about 70 feet from you guys. So it does sound like it's approaching. It doesn't sound like it's moving all that quickly, but it does sound like the thudding is getting louder and getting closer. And as you continue to listen, you can hear the thudding more rapidly.
Shit. Okay. I'm gonna rouse Tavares and Davos.
Mm-hmm.
And be like, there's something that could be upon us in moments. I don't know what it is, but it sounds strong and large.
Well, let's go greet it then. Grab my crossbow.
At the very least, we should be ready.
Standing up for my tree.
So as you guys all...
My light hammer.
It's a really effective ranged weapon there. So as you guys all prepare yourselves for this creature coming through the tree line here, you narrow your gaze, and before you stumbles Unhawk from the tree line.
Ah! Ah! Unhawk!
He got that one on stealth.
Thank goodness. Thought it was another stampede of axe beaks. Brilliant. Well met, friend.
I see you have suffered some excitement in my absence.
Unhawk, as you're greeting the party, Unhawk, you can see out of the corner of your eye a blaze glowing off in the distance, as well as pillars of smoke coming from what used to be some kind of village.
Yeah, and as I'm saying that, I'm just kind of like gesturing over there, the smoke and the obvious flame. I know it's them.
Said, well, we missed you.
Oh, that. Yes. Run into some trouble. I think we handled it, though. looking at the party, kind of shrugging.
Yeah, I
I
think
can't-
we kind of did something right.
I kind of look down at the ground and be like, "No, we definitely failed.
Your kind handles issues in an interesting way.
I would not call this a victory."
Well, we all made it out in one piece. Could be worse.
But I also
Could be
wouldn't call
worse.
it a defeat.
Hmm?
You wouldn't call it a victory, but I wouldn't call it a defeat.
Yes, no, of that. Thankful to be alive. But we will strive to be better. That is for certain. This is not acceptable.
Indeed. It was quite dishonoring to be beat by those frog people. It is good to have you back, Enoch. Kind of turn at that.
As he says frog people, I just kind of turn and give him a look. What do you mean by frog people?
So they look kind of like you, except instead of shells, they're soft.
Not look like a frog? What on earth do
Dang.
you mean?
I kind of like look at Dion. Honestly, I'm not
got-
sure what to call him.
I got like
They-
a hand on my temple, like.
I
I
have not seen their like before. I turn back to Enoch, but they were some sort of amphibious people. They definitely liked the water and had frog-like features. Kind of like shrugging because I don't really know what's insulting to you.
Well,
And I put my hands on
whatever.
my hips and I'm like, yeah, frog people.
Whatever they were, we tried to approach them diplomatically, but there was a bit of a
They
language barrier,
decided
and it
poisoning
came
might
to
be a better
blows.
idea.
What?
You came to blows just simply because you could not talk to them?
Well, I'd
Well,
not
they,
say
they
that.
also tried to poison us.
Eh?
They had poison tip darts.
But they did not use them on us
Wow.
they-
until after we started the
I-
fight.
we started the fight
because I
because they
stopped
were
the one
going
from
to use
stabbing
them.
you, my friend, as you recall.
They were about
Yes.
to use them.
Indeed.
Yes, this is where the language barrier comes in. You understand? We don't know what they were doing, but we struck first, for better or for worse.
I see.
From what I saw, my guy kind of like puts his hands, palms up. You know, Dion and Davos made the best efforts they could, and yet the frog people still were the aggressors. So I had to step in. And then I
Well,
shrug again.
This is the eyes of our chosen scout, and I choose to believe them. You know, Faye, you can back up that assessment, right? You had eyes on the situation.
Yes, I did have eyes. I saw it a little bit differently than Tavares, but again, I am still learning, so my senses may not be as sharp as yours or Tavares's.
I would
well-
think not. Kind of like leer at her.
Well, nonetheless, it's a unique perspective that cannot be dismissed. Do not fear speaking up in the future.
Thank you, sir. I saw this was a meeting of the minds, and I wish to observe it so I could understand better when to jump in.
Indeed. Good job.
Perhaps I struck prematurely, but it certainly looked like they were making aggressive actions. And I stand by my decision to protect my benefactor here. Kind of just gesture at Dion. I won't justify my actions more. Kind of just shrug and go back to my crossbow.
I don't mean to say that you did wrong. I trust in it. I think
Well, then,
I think we were
good,
lucky to
good.
survive.
My guy's not like sour about it. He's just like, okay.
Yeah. Just trying to be
Did my job.
political. Yeah, if not for Sir Davos's unique use of fire, we might not even be here anymore. But
Needless to
also, the
say.
town is no longer here too, so that's it happens.
That stands to be seen still. Kind of like look at the wreckage.
Suppose
There
now
may
that
be
we're full
salvageable
strength.
pieces.
Yeah, we should investigate now. Well, when our rest is finished.
The blaze is still going, but it is significantly less than when you left the first time.
Perfect.
Well, if I recall correctly, our entire purpose for coming up here was to try and gather materials from the village to bring back.
Yes, it was dual purpose. It's both that and to make it safe for the salvage effort from the villagers' perspective.
And I think you're forgetting the third objective, to survive.
Implied, yes.
Hmm.
And this is all just a favor to our hosts at Erduln. Erduln.
Fair enough.
After we do them this service, well, who knows what we'll do. Perhaps head deeper inland. But for now, this will be our, in lieu of hosting them a grand feast, as you so eloquently reminded me of customs.
But yes, Dion, that finishes your watch. So you guys have one more to complete.
Yeah, I'll take watch again.
I was gonna say, welcome to the camp. It looks like you're up.
You just like straight up power marched all the way from Ulduin. Sig doesn't even let him sit down.
I got it. Oh, maybe I don't.
He's got it, guys. He's got it.
Tavares is just so distracted from Unhawk coming, and the pretty glow of the town being ablaze.
He only has eyes for
Una,
Unhawk's
can you
beauty.
tell how old you are by the rings on your shell? I'm just staring at them.
So it takes Tavares a while staring at these rings on his shell when he actually happens to notice something a little out of place. In the center of Unhawk's shell, with like a piece of like sticky sap, there's a note. It took you about an hour and a half to see this while you're staring at the shell.
Nice shell. I gotta give it that.
He's on mushrooms.
On there, there's like a piece of parchment stuck to him with some kind of sap or sealing wax or some kind of adhesive substance that you're not quite sure of.
Moonhawk, are you aware that there's some sort of note attached to your backside?
What do you mean? As I'm like reaching down to where, like underneath my tail, looking for something?
Oh shit! Toilet paper trail.
Oh, yes, I see the confusion. No, higher up on your shoulder. I kind of like tap the spot with my knuckle.
Tavares, you can see that there's writing on it. It appears to be a note from Erduln.
Shall I remove it? Like looking up at you. I imagine you're like a foot and a half taller than me.
Yeah, I'm like 6 foot something.
Do you mind?
Yeah, I can't reach it.
It's like a T-Rex.
Yeah. Okay. So I peel it off your ass or backside, and then kind of like shake the sap off it, bring it around.
Your fingers are still a little sticky. It was some pretty good sap.
All right. I read it.
On the note, it says, "We were glad to see Unhawk back in town briefly here. He told us your mission was going well and that you guys were approaching the fishing village, but he had forgotten a javelin. We are looking forward to the retrieval of some of these fishing gear. It'd be nice to have a new source of income for the town.
All right. Is that
One
all?
shall prosper. We all shall prosper."
Okay.
That's it.
I like look over at Unhawk and I say, just says, kick me. Just kidding. When he doesn't smile at all, bad joke, bad humor. And then I obviously give him the note to read and share with Dion and Davos that the town looks forward to the smoldering heap that we may be able to bring back to them.
Hey, you don't know what's left. There might still be some supplies.
Perhaps, yes. If
I just kind of speak up, and I don't know about human fishing settlements, but I know that my kind use rope and twine quite a bit in fishing, which I do not expect is going to last in the fire.
Yes, this is not exactly a great first impression we're making, is it?
I don't know about your kind, but my kind's fishing colonies are always near the water. And that doesn't catch on fire, so we should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I
left
kind of
the
shrug
water.
at that. I'm like, maybe the tide could protect some of it.
I don't know about you, but while I was walking along here, I saw a terrible, terrible creature in the ocean off the cliffs. I am not too keen on following into the water personally. If you wish to go looking through the water for fishing devices, you are more than welcome, but I do not suggest it.
That is
Well,
a good point. I have seen more than my fair share of monsters in these waters.
The creature I saw on my way here is unlike any I've ever seen before. Huge, and the power. Oh, no thank you.
This
Well,
is a strange
if-
land. That is for
Well,
the
certain.
turtle's not going in the water, then I'm certainly not.
Yeah, I guess we should try to check back, see if we can find any fishing supplies left in the village.
It seems to be
And if
prudent.
not, there are still other things that this town needs.
Well, at the very least, we'll have to do our due diligence and ensure that the threat is gone.
Would I be able to see that lighthouse thing that you were talking about from where we are?
You guys can't see it right now. The only time they saw it beforehand was at night, when the
Okay.
light was able to catch their eyes.
Okay.
So,
Makes sense.
if we're gonna fight these frogs again, and I fully expect us to, how are we gonna deal with that spell again?
So
We need to learn from our mistake.
I have 2 Misty Steps, but that only catches up with 1 frog.
Hmm.
You're talking about that spell that overgrows all the weeds, or that spiky plant spell?
It's one and the same. So,
No,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
no,
it
they're
just,
different
grows a
spells.
shitload of brambles, or
No,
There are two
plant
different
growth is
spells.
one
Oh,
spell.
was it two
and
different spells?
Spike
Oh,
growth
fuck.
is a different spell.
yeah,
Yes,
there
that
was
was all
the
the
one
same
hard
one.
to walk through and the one spiky pointy one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so
the
hard to
spiky
walk.
pointy one didn't matter so much. It's because we had a quarter of our movement speed and it wasn't concentration. So if we fight those things again and it casts that spell, even if we kill the caster, like it's just gonna be like that for the whole battle. So like
Yeah.
and it's
And
the whole screen. So like it's not even like we can spread out and not all get caught in it. Like it's like a game ender. So like if we find these things again, we need to kill that shaman before he can speak.
Or
That's what I was
Basically.
about to say. I
not
like grit my
let them
teeth
be
at the thought of it.
Yeah. Like that's like the only play because we like none of us has dispel magic.
No.
So
Or even
like if it
silence.
yeah, or silence. So if that thing drops, it's over.
based on the descriptions that they've given me of these frog people, would you not like actually know what they're talking about?
Make me a straight up intelligence roll. Let's say it's a DC 15.
If we get to those things, we need to beat them in initiative. 16.
Unhock, it does ring a bell.
Okay, do I think I would be able to communicate with them, even though they don't necessarily speak Aquan? Would there be enough overlap to at least get a general gist across?
Mm,
Are you trying to ruin our fun, Clayton?
I'd be wary about negotiating with them again because if they break negotiations and start the fight, then
we start
fucked.
much closer
To
to
be
them, 'cause we
fair,
have
you
negotiations
guys
that are close
started
by.
fighting them without any real seemingly reason.
You think you can patch
Well.
this up? is what you're saying.
Regardless of what happens or who we talk to, if we fight those creatures again, I'm not gonna reveal myself until the shaman shows himself, and then I will strike him.
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking like contingency. I can use like at 60 feet, I can use command to maybe make him stop, like miss a round of casting, and if we can drop him before he casts, then we'll be fine.
Like last time we fought, like last time we fought, I like didn't like cock my magic. Basically, if I'm able to hide, I can keep prepping attacks, and then I get basically 3 attacks in one. So if I can know exactly who I'm attacking and target the shaman, I might be able to kill him in one shot. Because I do a D8 plus bonus plus 2D6s on my attack. So I don't know how much health they have. But I really only got to get right up to him and hit him maybe twice.
Yeah, as long as we can drop him before they act. Like,
yeah.
I'm all for the diplomatic approach before, but I feel like it's a risk now.
Well, if we're going to try to be diplomats, I vastly underestimated them last time. So respect is given. And if you want me to hold my blade, I will.
So part of me asking is, like, would Unhawk realize that these creatures are like either largely aggressive or, you know, just kind of want to be left alone to do their thing type of thing? Or
yeah, so the Aquan to Grung crossover wouldn't be enough for you to understand them or get a basic concept across. It's not. It's devolved quite a bit, so it'd be like a caveman trying to communicate with a present day person.
Okay, so it's kind of like undercommon to common type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Where it's the same kind of origins, but it's changed so much that it's a new language.
Okay, so Unhawk would basically kind of think of these things the way humans would think about goblins then.
Yeah, basically. And the knowledge you have on these from your recollection was that typically they'll inhabit places where there's bountiful food for them. And they just kind of hang out there and do their own thing and eat.
Okay.
They don't seem to try to be like assault units.
So scavengers.
More like squatters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
then in that case, we don't really necessarily need to fight them head on. We kind of just need to scare them away. Remove their food source as best as possible.
Well, at Unok's words, like, I'm shaking my head. I'm like, honestly, I have so much more respect for these creatures. So if we have to be diplomatic, I'm not against it, considering how powerful their magic is.
Well, I don't think the diplomatic approach is going to work if I can't communicate with them.
right.
Oh, okay. I mean, either way, though, from what you
things-
understand, yeah. Sorry, go on.
Sorry, we have to. I didn't mean to interrupt you. We have to treat these things as an enemy at this point. Like, we gave Urldun our word that we'd make this area safe for them, and we got to follow through on that. So
That's true.
If these creatures are savages, then we need to scatter them. We need to be thorough. At the very least, the threat is that shaman. We drop them, then we have the upper hand to impose our will on them. But
most likely we break their tribe and scatter the remainder.
God,
yeah,
I forgot you was
if this
colonizer.
is gonna be clean. I'm not a colonizer.
Oh, no problem.
I'm not a colonizer.
Got it, no problem.
I'll talk to you about the way my oath works later if you'd like. But
I'm just native chief. No, we're doing this for the people who are already natives to this land, I think.
Yeah.
No,
it's
this
like
is the
us
tactical
helping
thing.
The Huron take out the Mohawk. Get the hell out of here.
It happens to be the chief, maybe,
So
but
can
it might as well be their champion, as far as I'm concerned. Like, we need to break their champion, because that's the one that threatens us. If we want this to be a clean fight, that's who we need to take down. The rest will follow. If they surrender, that's great. They can surrender, but we need to stop that shaman.
You guys did see a second grung in your battle, one that seemed to be like a militaristic kind of leader.
All right, we'll kill him too.
Is that like a different species?
No, so they were different. They were different colors. So
Okay,
you guys,
but like, is that like one that would be like somebody who would cause the others to do like weird things? So like, if one of those was amongst the tribe, would they be more warlike?
no. So it's like one guy's like the enforcer, where like if
Okay.
they do have to defend themselves or fight, he's kind of the man
Like-
in charge for
Okay,
rallying.
like the tribe's warrior.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
think what I know about grungs is that their color is their job.
Yes.
They're racist fucks. I got it.
Yeah. So you guys killed a bunch of yellow grung, and they're
That's
basically
funny.
the grunts.
Makes it easy to pick out their leaders. Kind of slap my battle axe across my hand.
Yeah, Unhawk would know that as well. He would know that the colors differentiate the grung, and different colors mean different things. From what you guys have been able to determine so far, you guys have seen a yellow, a green, and a red. The red was the kind of the stronger lead warrior. The yellow were kind of the grunt guys, and the green guy was the guy that was casting spells.
Green is who needs to die before we consider any other action.
So we're hunting these things then. Everything
Well, I
else
think
off
we
the
need to
table.
We're going to
Vengeance?
the village, and
We're
if they
gonna
happen to
secure
be
the
there
village.
still, then that's just going to be it.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
But even if they're not there, we don't like they might return. And if we just like we go to the village, we find out that oh it's empty, we go back to Earl Doon, say go scavenge your place out. And if they return between that time and the villagers die, that's on us. So we need to make sure that they don't return. I think we need to hunt them.
Well, let's check the village first. Start there
Yeah.
for certain.
Yeah.
Maybe there'll be
absolutely.
signs of what's happening.
So at this point, you guys have completed your long rest. It was fairly uneventful. So you guys can regain your hit points, spell slots, abilities, all that stuff. At the end of the long rest, you can see that the flame of the village has tapered off to a small ember. So there's still some hot spots that are there, but the actual roaring flames are all dissipated. You can
It's
see
like
that.
that's our cue.
Yeah, you can see like the outline of some of the buildings that didn't burn completely away. They're still glowing from the hot embers.
All right. Well, we probably want to approach stealthily if there's anything in there.
Sure. You guys can roll stealth, and I'm just gonna go take a quick pee break if anyone else needs to go.
So, I'm terrible at stealth. So I probably don't want to be in the vanguard if we're rolling stealth.
Oh,
Or
I
just-
can help out with stealthiness. I'm not
So
great at it, but I'm not
moving
bad.
forward onto this map,
Yeah.
should I just stay hidden and scout and watch you guys while you search?
Oh, yeah. That might be a good idea.
Like,
I can message
Just
Cantrip
so that
you
we
if you wanna
have
let
a
us know
lookout.
stealthily.
yeah, I actually might have. Do I get cantrips? No, I don't. Okay, yeah. So, do you want me to just stay stealthy and like high ground? And if I see anything, like warn you guys with bird call, maybe?
Oh, well, I mean, here's the thing, right? If you're who are we relying on to drop the shaman if we find them? Like, if you're like 100 feet away and the melees find him, are you going to be able to act on that?
I mean,
To
I
one-shot
imagine
this
I'll be
motherfucker?
able to
Like,
get
who's going to be able to
within.
kill him?
I mean,
Honestly, it's probably going to be either myself or Nick's character, Trip. I can't
my
remember.
thoughts are if the battle is engaged before I'm there, and he
I don't
launched
have a
a
lot of
spell,
faith.
that's
I have a lot
probably a good thing, so that I can
consistent
get on the
damage.
outside of it.
Yeah, but if it's a 100-foot radius saying like it's going to hit you, or if
Yeah,
it, like
I guess
I-
they hit themselves and they don't care.
I feel like
Huh.
the people who are like checking corners should be the ones with high initiative, so that they can hit them first. If like we find that
So you should keep watch. You have the message cantrip, so that could work too.
Yeah, or I could be with you, but I'm gonna blow stealth. It's a weird
I'm just
approach.
thinking, even if they attack, if
I feel like
I'm
we
not
should all
in the
go-
first part of it, I can keep my stealth until I get close enough. Even if Enoch isn't trying to communicate, he can buy time, and then I can get in position.
Oh yeah, we could use it as a trick.
Hmm. Even if it's just a ploy, Enoch could buy you guys that minute for me to get stealthily close enough to kill him in one hit before
They
the battle
haven't
engages.
seen Unhawk yet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. He looks very different than we do.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I look pretty obvious. They attacked me. I killed a couple.
Are
If they
you
see me, then it's
comfortable
probably
with that, Unhawk?
no good. But if Unhawk, for whatever reason, can negotiate them away, I just shrug at the idea.
Or at least
Perhaps
keep
I
them
don't need to
distracted with the
kill.
thoughts
I
of
do not think
negotiation.
I will be able to negotiate anything, but they will perhaps be less aggressive towards me initially, at least.
Just
Yeah.
a 30-second distraction is all I need, as I
Yeah.
kind of sink into myself and plan.
Yeah, perhaps Unhawk should just enter openly. They might have a similar interaction to what we had, in that they approach, they check him out, and then we can use that opportunity to get the jump on their shaman.
I shrug and look at Unhawk. I suppose it would be up to you.
Are you
Seems
comfortable
like the
being
best
that?
plan,
Yeah,
if
I
they're
like
even
that.
there at all.
If they're even there
Exactly.
at all. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So if we can do that in the town, and they may or may not be there, but if they're not there, we can do that to the east as well.
So, my thoughts are then Dion and Davos go along the west side, and I'll take the east side, and we both flank Unhawk.
Yeah, so we give Unhawk a little
Stealth.
lead,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll be, I don't know, within 30 feet or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking 60 feet back
See.
at least for the stealth. I'm sure that
Yeah.
they probably won't attack him outright, especially since they didn't attack us outright.
It is, Unhawk, you are pretty intimidating of a fellow.
they're
just your
also-
size.
They also just got. They might be more aggressive because they just got kicked out of their village, but
It might be.
Well,
They're
if they're in there,
also-
they didn't.
They're also
Yep.
probably quite terrified and not terribly interested in being there, because now you've destroyed their food source.
Yeah, I doubt they're even there.
Yeah,
Just being precautious.
precaution is
Got
good.
rocked by him.
And I don't think I'll sleep well with this situation until we've dealt with them.
Well, by all means, if you think it needs to be done, then it needs to be done. But I also don't think we necessarily have to worry quite as much as you are making it out to be.
Yeah, just need
Well,
to be sure.
you haven't fought them yet, my friend. Tough little
if
buggers.
if we see that they're definitely gone, then we can leave it at that. But due diligence and all that, and we'll let the townsfolk know what the situation is, if they need to be on guard, or if we've absolutely dealt with the occupants or not.
Judging by the town itself, we certainly have to eliminate any threat, no matter how small.
Yes, they are.
If they
quite
are to
inept.
prosper at all, kind of roll my eyes.
Yeah, not exactly a great base of operations. We'll find a better one.
Indeed. I'm certain that this land must have better.
it will certainly can't have worse.
Good one, Davos.
Indeed.
So now my question to you is, do we head out tonight back to the town, or do you wish to rest until the morning?
I mean,
Well,
I
it's
certainly
not
am
sun.
well rested.
It's not sunset yet. We still have daylight, I think. We
Yeah,
could
you're
just
like
go in there.
mid.
We should. I think we should use the rest of our daylight and/or the nighttime, but there's a lower chance they've escaped, or they've come back yet.
Yeah.
Check
So
out
what's-
the village.
Yeah, so it's like mid to late afternoon. Like you still have plenty of sun.
Yeah, you said you guys were resting at like 10 o'clock in the morning, so it should be what, somewhere between 5 and 6?
Yeah.
It
I'm just
wasn't.
trying
It
to
wasn't
guess.
even 10.
It
You
was
guys got like
earlier?
first light at like 6. You guys got there at like
Beautiful.
7. So you're like 3 in the afternoon, like between 2 and 4.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I have a question. How close does like making a noise, like if you were to fail a stealth, like how close do you have to be to somebody to also fuck them over?
So I do group stealth, so one person won't ruin it for the entire group. Because I think that's just silly. It's like, because especially if I have 4 of you rolling stealth, the chances
Yeah.
of all 4 of you doing well is not good. So
Yeah,
I do group stealth where, like, if the group as a whole has an average lower than the other person's perception, it'd be like a 60 to 70 foot thing. Like, they can hear you coming through like the rustling leaves and stuff.
But like, if we're not traveling as a group, I mean, like, I don't know how soon you got back. We were talking about Unhawk heading in alone openly, and the rest of us stealthing at a distance. How far would that distance have to be to not like impact him?
I mean, like, doing it that way, I would say that like doing that, like, unless Unhawk made a movement or some kind of gesture to the group that failed stealth, Unhawk himself would probably be unaffected. They'd probably be like, "Are you ambushing us?" kind of thing, or they'd be like, "Get back! There's creatures around."
Okay.
But the group itself would be the one that got blown, not the solo person, unless it was like a very obvious, like you guys were going into a armed fort filled with mercenaries, and something got triggered within like say 60 feet, as that's a pretty average travel distance for parties.
Okay.
But for creatures like this, it'd be like, shit, we got surrounded by forest. Something's in there. Just be careful.
Okay. Yeah, because that's our plan. Because they haven't
Yep.
seen Unhawk yet, so we're gonna
Yep.
send him in, and maybe they'll like not even stealthing. Like maybe he engages with them diplomatically, but we're gonna use that opportunity to stealth in and maybe find the shaman. I think Davos and
Jump 'em.
on one side, and because I have terrible stealth, and Tyverus on the other, and probably leave Faye back again.
I can't remember. Is Scale Mill Clanky?
I think it
It
is.
is.
Yes.
Okay,
So
then
we're a
both of
bunch
us
of
have terrible
clanks.
stealth. Okay.
Yeah.
You
Is
guys go over
it
there,
still
then.
a windy night with the rustling trees?
It has died down a little bit, but it is still, the wind is still going. It's still rustling through the trees, just not as aggressively as on the third watch.
All
As
right.
aggressively as before you knock down all the trees. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
Davos, let's go by the coast. Maybe the crashing waves will give us some more cover.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah, there's really only 2 ways into the town. If you guys remember, there was a road that led in to like the Palisades, and then it was basically like a river path leading right into the ocean, and then through the trees to the north of the south of the town.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So we can have that
So
approach
I think
there.
Tiberius will stick to the trees, and
And I'm gonna keep a message cantrip
yeah,
open on Tyverus. I'll check in with him every, I guess like 10 seconds or so, because it has to be a call response.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna sit very ready. Got my crossbow.
Okay. So you guys should be on the map.
Perfect.
Unhak, I assume you're approaching on the road.
Correct.
So Unhak, you should be over here.
Did you just move my camera?
I did.
Whoa.
I'm gonna make you. I'm
Oh.
gonna move you all everywhere.
How the hell did you do that? Is that like
Shift and hold click.
Really?
The DMs can do it.
that's
that
I
is
can't believe that.
crazy.
So many times I've tried to do that.
Yeah,
Do
you
what?
just shift and hold
Just
click.
look up here. Hold
If you shift
click
and
on the
hold
DM.
click, Yeah, shift and
Oh.
left click. It pulls your screen over to center the camera on what you want the people to see.
Shift and hold,
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
you
DM
can only
thing.
do. Yeah, you can only do it as
Cool.
DM.
like hold right click.
Okay.
Left click. So hold shift and just hold left click, like you're
That's
pinging
fucking.
something.
Oh my god, that is
Genius.
revolutionary.
Like if you guys are way over on the right hand side, I can
Wait,
drag
do
you
it.
over here.
Yeah,
Do-
'cause there's so many
do
times
it
I'm
again,
sitting there
do it again.
pinging and everybody's like, "Where?"
Ah,
fuck.
it works.
He just moved me.
That's how I
I
like it.
am actually blown away. That's huge.
Yeah, I can't
It's
believe
life changing.
Like, I might sound facetious, but I'm not. I'm
No,
gonna
it's
use it.
it's. I had someone show that to me, and it was like, oh my god, this is so much easier when people ask me where they are,
Yeah, that's
especially
just,
when I get into like really big maps. It's like, oh,
Mhm.
you're on this side. They're like, where? It's like, oh fuck, okay, I'll just put you there.
It is really trippy though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
yeah.
feels so wrong.
It threw
Especially
me
when
way
you're in
off.
the
I'm
middle
like,
of the building.
out of the corner of my eye, I saw it moving because I'm fully wandering. I'm like, what the?
Hackers.
But yes, Unhak, you approach from the road, coming up to this village. You can see remnants of what look like a wooden palisade. They have been burnt down to mere stubs. On the ground, you can see some crispy frog bodies.
Brutal.
As you look into the town, you can see the buildings all here are charred. The boats along the shore here are all burnt to a crisp. The dock seems to be completely destroyed. The bridge just to your north here, south is this way. So the bridge just to your north here has also been destroyed by the fire. As you take a look this way, you can see these former residences. Many of the walls have been completely burnt down. If they do remain, they stand about 3 feet tall, charred, and seemingly ready to fall apart in the slightest breeze.
Nice. You guys really fucked this place up.
Yep. Yeah, we did.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm just gonna stroll into town.
All right, as you stroll into town, you notice as you're walking through, clouds of ash and dust are kicking up around you as the ground was coated in vegetation and was all burnt away. As you're walking, you can see there's about an inch of soot covering the ground.
It's
I'm-
plenty to kick up and blind somebody.
I'm just waiting for him to find like a frog body, like completely encased in ash, like Pompeii. Like, yeah, that's what I'm picturing now. Like, it's so much. Walking
There-
through, it's like snowing.
Yeah, not quite snowing, and a lot of that has subsided, but yeah, in the clouds of smoke that were billowing out, it was very similar to the volcano of Pompeii.
All right, all right.
All right.
Well,
I mean,
way to
I'll
go, Unhak. You fucked it all up.
keep walking in.
All right, as you continue, you stroll through this completely burnt down village, and just more soot and ash kind of floats around as you step down.
And I don't notice like any other signs of life or anything at all.
Nothing so far.
Nice. All right. Well, I'll just keep walking in. I'm assuming my friends are sticking close to me at least. Not that I can see them.
Using the ash as cover.
As you're walking through Unhak, you can see that this former storehouse has been burnt down to what once was 10-foot tall walls are now down to about a 2-foot minor nuisance. As you're looking over this destroyed building, you can see that this section over here is still in relatively good condition. It looks like whatever caught fire and burned the rest of the town over here wasn't quite infesting this area. You can see that there is one little storehouse left intact over here and a small boat, like a canoe almost.
All right. Well, I'm gonna kind of head up this way and go down here. Kind of aiming
when
towards
you
that way.
when you come up here, you actually notice in the wreckage of this building, the roofs had collapsed down, and much of it has turned to rubble. You can see a light glowing through there.
Oh shit!
Uh, it appears to be rotating in and out, so you can catch a glimpse. You wait a little bit, then you catch another glimpse.
Like a shadow passes by it, like it flickers.
Yeah, does it seem
yeah,
like
it's not quite so much a shadow passing over. It's more like the light is escaping momentarily.
all right? Well, that's got my attention. I'm gonna go stick my nose into that.
Sure.
All right, well, keeping my eye on Unha. I'm gonna
Mhm.
keep moving around the edge of what I think the vegetation came out to like over here somewhere, right?
I'm gonna
Fine.
cross the water to continue getting a good look of where he is.
Okay, Unhak, if you would like to make me a perception if you're looking at it, investigation if you're gonna try to dig to it.
Dig.
It's-
Dig to it, man.
Yeah,
Do
like
it.
move things or interact with stuff covering it.
Yes.
Be the
Can you
I did
dig
it.
it, sucker?
Yeah. Tell him,
no, I
Troy.
can't. I cannot.
All right. Just use your eyes then.
That was a one or the other choice, right? Like I'm not. I can't look at
Yes.
it. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. Again, Troy.
What?
Okay, so that was a fantastic investigation roll. Unhak, as you're kind of looking through, you accidentally hit this thing further into the building, and some more rubble falls on top of it.
Nice. I just killed whoever was in there.
And you
Good.
you no longer see the light escaping, which is
Hey.
a little bit odd, but
See, it's easier than you think. Bam, dead.
To snuff out the light of life.
All right.
I wonder what the fuck that was.
Yeah. Can I look at it a little more closely? Spend a little bit more time here.
yeah, if you want to, you make me a perception roll first. Nine. Okay. As you were investigating it, you were looking around.
What? That sounded like Katie.
Mhm. Sounds like
He found responsibility.
sounds like we lost our DM because he's investigating something.
Oh, shit, real life. Be right back.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah. Real life could just, go away for.
Just a few hours.
So what do you
That's
think?
all
Did he
right.
just like kill a mythical creature by accident?
Sounds like it.
It
Oh, I
sounds, yeah.
think
Some sort of unicorn, and you snuffed out its spark of life.
Like he was about to have like a real encounter with like a god, and like he failed.
I would have turned paladin right away.
Maybe. I follow thee. Just level up 8 levels and be a paladin.
It's the objectively right choice.
What can I do for you, bud? Must you go?
Sorry, I'll be one more minute.
Sure.
All right. I'm just gonna take this chance to go to the washroom. Be right back.
Fair enough. See, Dion's not really a godly paladin.
That's fair. Does he have like a god, or does he follow like an oath?
He follows an oath. He has
Okay.
he has a god that he's a part of like a church from, but like that's not his driving force.
Yeah, he doesn't call upon him for magic or anything. Or
Yeah.
it
Yeah, he
calls upon like the powers of the cosmos.
exactly the tenets of his oath.
That's fair.
Which is it's a really cool oath. I've been looking forward to running this one for a while. It's not the colonization oath, but it's the tenets of the crown.
that's
Yeah.
I think that I really think that you are mispronouncing colonizing.
Well,
Tenants of the Empire.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this crown
Dun, dun, dun,
entirely a
dun, dun,
figurehead in
dun.
terms of a representative democracy?
there it is. Well, maybe it depends on how you interpret it, but one of the
That's-
tenets is law. The law is paramount. It is the mortar that holds the stones of civilization together, and it must be respected. So I'm a rules man.
What? Sorry, my alarm went off right as I was about to make a pivotal point. So you're a lawman, but who writes the laws?
That depends
So-
on where you are.
The laws
you-
of the land are like paramount, because like what are the laws in land are like murder's okay.
Well, that's part of in session 0. I was trying to ask like what this place had for cities, if there were established like monarchies. Like I was trying to gauge like what the fuck is legal here.
Yeah,
But like it sounds like it's just wild land. So
Yeah.
like I'm just
Yeah,
trying to
pretty
go
much.
by what our nation would do at this point.
Whatever you
Yeah.
can get away with is legal here. I'm pretty sure.
and so like in that sense, that's pretty colonist.
Yeah. Yeah, from that perspective, like if you're approaching just like a land of wildlife and they're just and fuck, like if one person tries to rob another guy, like be like, well, you don't have any rules for that, but that's not okay by me because
No.
I stand for these rules.
Y-
Like,
you know, I'm
if I
just
was-
teasing you, right? Like I'm
Oh,
not.
I do.
Okay.
But I like thinking about this. Like if this was a nation where like if you like steal, then you lose a hand. Like that
Yeah.
might not be what our nation's laws are, but I would
Mhm.
have to respect that because I know where I am and they have a system. Like that's
So what
kinda where
about like
Dion's at.
slavery?
That's
So
the
what
thing,
if like a law like the law's okay with slavery?
and
Are
that's
you?
a beautiful moral dilemma for my character if that were to be the case. Like that, like I forget what our nation's called, but like it happens to be the most paragon fucking place around. So like I don't have that, but like
Yeah.
if I was this character in a place that was like slavery is cool, then like if one of you owned a slave, be like, well, it's legal. I'll have to try to lobby against it, but it's nothing I can do about that. Like by
Yeah.
my oath, like it's just like that's I have to respect the people who establish order,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing. But like my other 3 parts are more kind of moral, I guess.
Yeah. No,
But,
I
like, that's like a pillar of my whole like belief.
no,
but,
I love
yeah.
characters like that who actually have to like play ball within their own realm, basically. Because like sometimes you just make a character it's like, yeah, I don't care. And that's easy. But when you have characters with
Yeah.
principles, all of a sudden you have like moral dilemmas and things that they're not okay with. Like maybe they don't like stealing.
I agree. It's nice to have challenges that you have to
That's a little more
reconcile.
flavor to it. Because like not like I'm
agree.
gonna throw any of these scenarios at you. I just
Well, you could.
wondering, getting some like light on your character because we've been on a boat for some time now. Should kind of
Yeah.
understand my compatriots.
Yeah, that's definitely probably been a part of Dion's off screen. Maybe that session 0 is like, what the fuck is Earl doing? What are you guys about? What laws
Yeah.
you uphold? Like, this is so wild, and like I need to find civilization so I can make sense of my life right now, or
Yeah,
I
to
need
my
to
guy.
establish it.
Yeah,
Like
a
if you
colonist.
got no rules, I'm gonna be a colonist, but I prefer to just find rules.
can somebody please tell me what the rules are before I have to write my own? God damn.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
'Cause-
Before my
Falshtille-
crew's call outs on me are actually apt and I have to
Yeah.
rule all of you.
I will impose order on this somehow.
Yeah, Erdulin is a very lawless place, but it's more just like everyone's old and retired and just doesn't care to do any bad things anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a city filled of like, we don't care enough to do anything bad.
Yeah. And
No,
maybe
they
that's
kinda-
part of why Dion
kinda
doesn't care
are-
about them.
Yeah, they're kind of guided by morality, where like if they think it's bad, they're not going to do it.
They're chaotic.
Yeah, they're not bad people. They're just not industrious by any standard.
Yeah, they've lived their lives and they don't care to try anymore.
Like
They got away from taxes and stuff, and like they're like, we're a sovereign nation. We'll take it our own pace here.
They're a nation?
No, but like that's how they like treat their city
Okay.
as like a sovereign nation, where they're just like,
we don't
these
got no
rules
king,
aren't
and
really
we do what we
affecting
want.
us. Yeah,
That's fair.
Yeah. To my,
So like it's
guy,
essentially
this is
like it's a fucking encampment of hippies.
yeah, basically like that
Retired
place in
hippies.
Las Vegas desert or whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So like Dion's like, if I'm gonna get involved with you guys, that's gonna be way too much of a pain in the ass. I gotta find a government to talk to. Like this is not gonna work, Ultron.
No, that's fair. Fair way to look at it. My guy really is fine with their like way of living with no established like rulership, but like he's just kind of repulsed by like the lack of like drive.
Aptitude.
Yeah, aptitude and drive that the people have. Like this wouldn't fly where I'm from. You'd all die.
It's fucking Florida. Yeah.
But yeah, all good.
Well, we'll do
So-
them this favor because we gave them our word, but then I don't know. We'll see where our needs take us.
Mm-hmm. So we're at Unhak still peeking into the building.
Trying to find his
Yeah.
unicorn.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just I still have Riley for another.
Oh, no worries. Thought we're back in it. No.
She's not crying right now, so it's all good.
But yeah, my guy is pretty used to like wilderness living and like not having a lot going on. But like even the elders like fight and hunt. Like try to help out. Like it's just even perplexing to me how there's still a town. Like
You're like, how do they exist? You seen that
Yeah,
sea
like-
monster?
yeah, like what? What is this place? So
Yeah, like they survive on like farming and like small game.
yeah, and like that again is not like comprehensible to Tiberius being from like a northern savage tribe or tough to survive in winter. You gotta hunt and like keep everything and use it like a native.
Waste not.
Yeah, pretty much. Like it was just hard living, even when it was like you're not fighting like to eat, you're fighting the weather, you're doing something.
Amen. Makes sense. That's why we approached your tribe. They're logical.
Yeah, hard people. Except my people are anything like my cats. They're little shitheads. Pussies.
Unhawk got a 9 on
Yeah.
perception, right? I think I saw that before I had to run off.
Oof, looks like it.
Okay, so with that 9 on perception, Unhawk, you didn't quite feel that you hit an orb. You just felt like you kind of were stumbling through and moving around charcoal.
All right. Well, I guess there's nothing here then. Back we go towards the other built-up buildings.
So far, so good.
And yeah.
Yeah, all still in one piece. No frog people yet.
Yeah. No, there's nothing in that building. That's for sure.
Perfect.
Just charcoal there.
So you could tell them that you saw the light, and then when you were looking through, it just went away. Like that is perfectly reasonable as well.
All right. Well, I mean, yeah, I saw a light there, but I guess I
Oh,
got
shit.
a little clumsy and knocked something over. I can't find it anymore.
Do you think there's frog people in there? Davos, quick, burn that building.
If you're saying it loud enough in here, oh, I guess you're saying it in a message cantrip too.
I can't say a message, but
No, I'm messaging with Tiberius because
Yeah.
we're the
Oh.
furthest separated.
Yeah, so if
But
you're saying
like,
it
we don't have a
through
connection to
message, then I
Unhawk.
can hear it. Otherwise, we're super far away, so I can't really talk to you. You're like a couple hundred
all right.
feet
Well,
away.
in Dion's mind, I say consider having Davos burn that building.
Well, I
The
can
building,
kind of
you know?
say it to myself, like out loud, right? You
Yeah,
guys
you-
were able to hear me talking to myself.
I mean, you haven't seen anyone in this village, so you could be talking loudly to yourself so that your party could hear you.
Yeah, exactly.
60 feet of us like monologuing.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
this building is empty.
60 feet really isn't that far away. You would be able to hear someone talking if they're talking loud enough.
yeah,
Yeah,
Maybe it's
that's
because
like
I just don't know Imperial.
as in 60 feet, it's really not that far.
No?
no,
Okay.
it's like across the street from like a house to house. Too
Yeah, I was
bad.
gonna say you could be like standing
Yelling
in your
yard to yard.
yeah, it's like standing in your backyard yelling to your front yard.
Mhm.
Couldn't whisper.
So, like,
but,
you
a good-
couldn't
a good
just
talk would be
speak, but you
possible.
need to yell.
I'd need to be yelling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
it
can't
would be,
imagine
like,
just
yelling.
speaking and having, like, this is like door to door.
To put it in perspective, my house is 25 feet, and it only gets about a quarter way around my house. And my house is not big. Right, so if you were to like go all the way, like a house all the way around the outside is about 100 feet in circumference.
Yeah, so if I could hear you from 60 feet, you're probably not speaking. Is what
No,
I'm
it-
saying.
No, you'd
It'd
have
be
to
an
talk pretty
elevated
loudly.
tone.
Yeah.
It'd be like on the cusp of yelling,
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, okay.
like that.
It's like that. That's exactly what Unhawk sounds like.
Good job, Riley. Thank you for contributing.
Must you lay down right there?
But yeah, so Unok, you exclaimed that you saw a light and then you lost it loud enough that your party members can hear.
Bye, Nick.
Oh, yeah, we lost Nick. So as you approach this circle here, you see the circle is actually relatively intact. It looks like there's a ton of scorch marks covering this stone,
Fuck that circle.
but it looks like it stops at about here. You can see like the remnants of what used to be like a rug vendor over here. There were some
Rug
rugs left
vendor.
out, but they're like you're catching like bits and pieces of things that look like they could have been rugs. But the fire seems to be stopped pretty much here.
Cool. Take that, rug vendor.
Yeah.
Teach you some flammable materials.
90% off or nothing.
Oh lord.
I don't know. I got
Um,
nothing.
yeah. You haven't seen any creatures, and you still don't see any creatures as you progress further into the town. But as you are approaching this, you can see this building is still intact. It looks like it's in quite good shape, actually.
All right.
Also, when you look to the right here, this is a very large cask. It doesn't seem to be burnt down, but it seems to be heavily charred.
Oh, well, we better go check out the cask. Is there a tap on it?
There is a tap.
All right. I pull my mug out of my my pack and I twist open the tap to see what comes out.
So you hear a couple gurgling noises, like it hadn't been accessed in quite a while, and you kind of had some air pockets blocking the way. But after a few seconds of the gurgling noises, liquid starts to flow out. As you look at this liquid, it seems to have kind of a grayish tint to it.
Ooh,
Ew.
what's it smell like?
Hard to distinguish the smell of the liquid from the smell of burning in the village. The stench of charcoal and flame is kind of taking over everything.
All right. I would guess I'll just close the tap and carry on then. It's
Sure.
unfortunate.
Are you taking a swig of it yet, or?
Oh.
No, I am not.
All right.
Hello. It's a strange gray liquid that you don't know what it smells like. I assume you drink it.
So you drink it, right?
I love that assumption.
I feel like I should speak to the other players I run games for as abilities in this.
Oh my god.
I definitely know a few characters that totally would have been just like, "Yep, I guzzle it back. Don't even
Yeah.
sip it."
So you got a
It
few
rhymes
red
with
button
Sean.
characters, eh?
It
Yeah,
rhymes
that's
with
definitely
Sean.
a Sean thing.
Yeah, it is. Oh, man.
You have to clip this. Sean, tell us you're wrong.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna come over and investigate this building. Does it look like a house of some sort, or is it
It
like
looks like some kind of small storage facility.
all right?
Are you
Oh,
taking a swig of it?
The
Or...
the door. So these are all walls covering this side of it. The door appears to be right here.
okay. Is there a window that I can see and maybe peer into?
There doesn't appear to be a window to it, but you can see over time that like part of this section of the back wall kind of rotted out a little bit. You can get some glimpses into it.
All right, I'm gonna check in there.
Okay, so as you look in there, you can see sunlight streaking through, illuminating the back wall here, or the front wall, as well as some of the floor and some items inside. Can you give me a perception roll to see how much you can see?
Incoming one. Close enough.
Oh, yeah.
6.
You're saving
okay,
a good
so
rolls for navigation.
You're just getting all the bad rolls out now, that's all.
Yeah.
I hope so.
So as you're looking inside, the light isn't illuminating things as well as you hoped, but you do catch kind of a reflection of the light off the wall. It's hard to see what it's reflecting off of, but it appears to be some kind of metal object. As for the rest of the cabin, trying to get the angle while you're kind of climbing through a brush that's pressed up against the wall, it's making it a little too difficult to get a full sight of inside.
All right. Well, I guess I'll kind of go around and I'll knock on the door.
Yeah, you as you knock on the door, can you make me a strength roll?
How loud is your knock?
15. So as you're knocking, you're hitting on it like you'd hit on a normal door. There's a little bit of force there, enough to generate a good sound, but not enough that like you would destroy anything. But as you're knocking on it, like the third rasp on the door kind of just falls inward. It appears
Yeah.
the hinges were kind of rotted out on the door, and just being a naturally strong guy, you kind of did in the final bit of it. As the
Take
door
that
falls
door.
and smashes on the ground, a cloud of dust poofs up around you. As it kind of settles back down, you can see the newfound entrance for light illuminating the building. You can see there's thick layers of dust on everything, but inside appears to be many, many butcher hooks, meat hooks, as well as steel components used in fishing. There
Sweet.
appears to be lures mounted on the walls. You can see that there are also some kind of brining pans that are here. It looks like it'd be a good little initial haul to get a fishing village started.
How convenient.
You say there's a lot of dust on the floor. Is there like any footprints or anything in it that may have been these frog people?
There doesn't appear to be any footprints in here. It appears this building has been untouched for many years.
Cool.
As you look to your left as you enter the building, you can see a couple beds that are kind of tucked up against the wall. And from under the beds, you can see little, almost like shoe boxes in size.
Oh, well, we better check those out.
Okay, so looking at the first bed here, as you pull the little shoebox-sized thing out from under the bed, you open it up. Can I get a con save from you, please?
Jesus.
7. Okay, so as you open this thing up, it is like the most violent stench you have ever smelt is unleashed upon your nose. As it hits your nose, it kind of sends electrical impulses through your whole body, causing you to vomit. As you control yourself after that, you take a look inside, and it looks like it is just a bunch of rotten fish. It
Oh,
seems this container here somehow kept the stench inside without having it escape it all over these years.
Lovely. All right. Well, I'm gonna just toss that open one away. I'm gonna pick up the other one that's under the other bed, though, and I'm not going to open it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna head back outside. And does this building over here? It was still in good shape, right?
It is severely burned. You can see that it looks like the main concentration of fire was on the side closest to you, kind of
Okay.
like this. But then the backside looks like it has a little bit more life to it. And this little awning that's here looks as if it could collapse at any point due to the fire damage of the supports.
Oh, so not structurally sound at all.
No. It looks like you'd be able to sift through the main building, like some things might have survived inside of it. But
Okay.
yeah, definitely not structurally sound.
All right. Well, I'm going to head back up this way, primarily to meet up with Dion and Tavares. But I also want to toss this box of presumably reeking, rotting fish onto this house to see if there's any reaction.
Such a scientist.
Okay, so you're like taking the box in your hands and like throwing and pulling the lid off at the same time for whatever.
Exactly.
Gotcha. As you do that, you actually see about 6 fish, looking like they're perfectly preserved, fly out and smack against the charcoal building, getting covered in ash as you do so.
Of course.
You threw a hot dog at a wall.
Looking at the boxes, though, you can see that those boxes have been untouched for the same amount of time. One had perfectly preserved fish, and one had perfectly contained stench.
Man, these creatures are weird. They literally trained feet away from that hut. They never cracked the door.
Confusing. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. I guess I'll hold on to the box. I'll go retrieve the box. The fish can be whatever. They can just stay there. They're covered in soot now. Gross.
They're ruined by some means that is unrelated to me. Thank you. Alright, so think we should regroup?
Yeah. I'm gonna pick up this box and I'll head over towards you and Tavares. Although I don't. Oh, you're with Davos. Okay.
Yeah, we're on different
Alright.
sides of you.
Well, I'm gonna head towards you and Davos then.
Okay.
All right. And I'll message to Tiberius when you approach. Who is muted, in case.
Okay. I think that we should just crush stuff and go.
I didn't realize that's still needed.
Carry as much as we can carry, bring it back to the village.
Yeah, I'll just let you guys know that I found that warehouse that has quite a bit of material and equipment in it, as well as these interesting boxes.
So there's no trace of that tribe.
But there is equipment.
How much of it can we take back, percentage-wise, of what's here?
For what's left after the fire, you could take back everything.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
let's take
So we
back
can take back
everything.
everything, tell Earl Dune that there's nothing left, don't go there, it might be dangerous, and we'll be good.
Yeah. Sorry. Everything except for the canoe.
Oh, fuck
But the,
it.
yeah, the
that's
canoe doesn't look like it's like master craftsmanship or anything.
They can make a new canoe.
Yeah, but everything that was in the storehouse, you guys could carry that back yourselves across the 4 of you.
Alright, yeah, Dion's happy with that. As long as we're not breaking our word with the townsfolk, then we're fine.
Mhm.
Let's gather everything up and head on back to Earl Doom. Yes?
Yep.
Yep. Nobody else is interested in the light, just out of curiosity.
Did you tell
No.
us?
I
You
didn't
tell
mention
us about
it.
it.
You
He
guys
yelled
put
it in town.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
No,
Unok's done
I'm
with
not.
it. As far as he's concerned, it's good with him. He's investigated into his abilities.
Yeah, as they were.
I'm
I'm
not
not-
against checking it out.
but you guys can check it out if you want to.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out. Not at my desk at the moment, but I will roll whatever you need me to in a second.
Yeah, it's going to be an investigation roll if you're going to go over and take a look, since Unhawk kind of buried it under more stuff.
All right. Actually, somebody want to roll it for me? My sheet's there.
Yeah, I'll grab that. It's an investigation.
Ha! 5.
Tavares takes a look at it. He's not able to find anything else. He kind of looks through a few pieces of charcoal that are there, and nothing really catches his eye.
This whole place is a wreck then. I trust my scout's eyes.
Yeah. No, I'm good. Yeah.
Yep, let's head out.
All right, so doing a full clear of the village like this, you guys were collecting all the goods. You guys have been here about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking still mid-afternoon. So you guys are just headed back along the coastline to get back?
Yeah, I don't
Well-
see any reason we shouldn't.
I feel like
Yeah,
the
the
I don't
coastline
want to
is
go
safer
back
now.
the way we came. I feel like I want to ask Unhawk where we should go. Unhawk, you caught up to us really fast. Which way did you come from?
Follow the road.
Yes,
There's a road?
Yes. Did you not follow the road?
We
No,
thought these
we-
lands
we
were
thought
wild. Like there's a
We
road.
thought that fishermen must live on the coast, so we just followed the coast.
But they would have had to travel. Surely they would travel along the roads, not just through the wilds.
I'll be honest,
It
Unhawk,
wasn't a
I
road.
didn't give them
Going to
that
this
much
village.
credit that they would have developed road technology.
I see. Well, there is a road directly from here back to Oldun.
I see. We're learning Unhawk's secrets of navigation. Use the road. Ah, yes.
I love it. I love it.
Oh. I'm so happy that we have a navigator find us these wonderful shortcuts.
Yes.
We're not the Roman. Just use the
Truly.
road, assholes.
Truly a paragon of wisdom, this turtle.
So is that your guys' plan? Are you determined to find these ground, or are you just going to continue back to Urdul?
If we've cleaned out the town, then there's no reason for the townsfolk to come here. Then doesn't really matter about how safe it is anymore.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
think
you're not
just take a
down
ship back.
with not having to chase down these creatures that are just trying to eat.
Mhm.
I'd love to stick it to him, but yeah, I'm good with leaving him.
Oh, I'd
Yeah.
like to try to eat one of these perfectly preserved fish.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Davos, can you make an
Contact.
investigation check over here?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
tainted meat. I said
Alright.
contact. Sorry, that's not what he asked for.
Yeah, just investigation.
Oh, investigation?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. 12.
12 is good enough.
I hope so. The fish are just on top of them, rubble.
Well, Tavares did knock things around a little bit, so they kind of fell down into there. So
Wow.
as you're actually Davos, as you're digging around, you kind of are shoving charcoal out of the way to try to find these fish. You find 3 of them kind of nestled in the ground. As you're going to grab them, you happen to catch a glimpse of this light that passes by.
Oh, I was
disappears.
so gonna get fresh ones from the box, but it makes way more sense to Davos to grab the fish that someone just threw.
Oh no,
Okay.
all the fish in the box were
Yeah,
tossed out.
he threw them all.
Turned
in
the
the
entire box.
What a monster. Okay, yeah, then I'm definitely gonna go find them. Okay.
Is that a
didn't
slur?
know that-
Calling Unhawk a monster?
Yes.
So
I think so.
I found a whole bunch. I found something shiny.
To be
Yeah.
perfectly fair, I did not assume the fish to be preserved because I opened another box exactly the same as this one, and it was the most foul thing I've ever smelt in my life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There is truth to that.
justified.
So I am going to grab this light with my hand.
Mysterious shoebox.
Okay. Make me a strength check, please.
Come on.
You go to grab it and pull it out. Your hand doesn't quite get a grip around this thing. You kind of go to try to grab it, and you just schmuck your fingertips against this thing.
Oh, stubbed thumb debuff
I'm
for the next
pissed.
3 weeks.
Yeah, stubbed like all 5 fingers. Just like
Oh!
you're like, I got this thing, and it was like, tink, and you're just like, ah, son of a bitch.
It's like you accidentally
Hey.
try to high five a guy horizontally.
Yeah, like you went to grab this thing, and it was much larger than you thought.
Okay, I'm casting darkness on this light.
Oh, no.
As you cast darkness,
Strong reaction, but just.
it's actually easier to see this light now.
Perfect. It should be.
So this light shines through more clearly. You see the spot that you caught its vision from originally. You see it pass through there. Before, light was escaping out the back in small sections, but you can see as it passes through that original spot, you see a glimpse of it and then disappears as it seems to continue around in a circular pattern. You can see small glimpses of it coming out a few feet away.
Well, hello there. See that you also like to hide in the dark.
No.
No response. Fine. We'll do this your way. I'm going to try to grab it again.
Okay. Make me a strength check again.
Oh, come on. Another 7.
Same thing. You try to use your other hand. Your main hand is a little sore from the first time you smacked your fingers. So you think to yourself, other hand, won't hurt myself this time. As you reach through using your non-dominant hand, same thing. All 5 fingers just straight into this thing.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm gonna dispel the darkness and call the rest of them over and say, help me move this rubble. There's a damn pixie or something in here.
Unox
Oh my
just comes up and he
God.
starts moving stuff around.
Ah!
Unhawk is just throwing this burnt wood around, clearing a path off, and Unhawk uncovers a sphere. The sphere is quite large, as Davos has probably already guessed. Oops, I hit the wrong button. This is the description of it. It's a large spherical object. It is 3 feet in diameter. It weighs about 40 pounds. As you're looking at it, it seems to have light spinning in a circle around it.
Yo, you ever just stub every finger that you have?
Yes.
No,
It was
actually.
awful.
What?
Do that?
No.
You ever like be a champion of the gladiatorial pits for like most of your life and then stub every finger you have trying to pick up a circle?
Oh yeah, yeah. That happens to the best of us.
I did think it was a tiny circle, not a 3-foot wide object somehow. My depth perception is that off.
You were only seeing a sliver, so it
love
makes
it.
sense.
All right, first topic fires, second topic icebergs.
Makes sense.
So, are you guys leaving it there? What are you guys doing?
I'm
Oh,
gonna take,
we gotta take this big ass glowy sphere with us.
yeah, if it's the only thing that I'm carrying, I'm fine by that.
Well, it looks like Unhawk is
3
carrying
foot
it
in
now.
diameter.
He just picked
Yeah.
that shit up.
Wait, so it's
pissed
6 feet
off.
in radius? That's a huge ball.
Foot and a half radius.
Okay. Oh, wait, diameter. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, wait. I got this backwards. I'm tired.
It's still
Yes.
like the size of a yoga ball.
Yeah,
Yes.
should I test
Yeah,
throwing this at something
like the one that you'd
first
sit on.
before
Yeah.
we just take it with us?
You do what?
Should I just throw this at something first to see if it's gonna blow up on us or something?
Well,
Not against it.
It just got
hmm.
kicked in on.
Can I investigate it to
Like, it just
try to
got
discern its
collapsed
purpose
on top.
before we throw it?
Or keep it, even.
Like, what
I
is
feel like this might be another brick situation.
Or not
But-
throw it.
Ominous and
Not
more
very good.
evil.
So we're like, what did you find, Unhawk? What? This is a strange thing to find in a fisherman village.
Dion, as you investigate it and get a little bit closer to it, you actually recognize it from your hometown of Sildan. Not the specific thing, but similar kind of objects. You use them in Sildan as for like night patrol in your outposts.
Oh, so it's just like a torch, basically.
Yeah, it's so this light shines out 200 feet, and it rotates in a circle, whereas yours are kind of stationary mounted ones like spotlights. This one seems to be much more like something you'd find in a lighthouse.
Oh. Is this like Sildan technology, or is this something that most nations have?
Sildan developed it originally, but most nations have implemented it now.
But it's strange to see it here.
You would say it's strange to be here since seemingly nothing else from the other continent has been here so far, or knowledge has been passed along.
Okay, so I want to speak out to the group. Be like, that's Sildan technology. That's it's a light. I think that's its sole purpose. But why is it? Who put that here? Who was here? It wouldn't be the fish people.
Must be some
Maybe there was a shipwreck.
lost civilization.
Because we did see a shipwreck off the shore, didn't we?
No,
No?
don't believe so.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't
Well,
remember
I
a
still
shipwreck.
think it might be a shipwreck. Because this looks like the kind of a thing to avoid shipwrecks.
Well,
How good were your people at sailing?
I don't follow. Do you believe
Sorry.
that this came here on a ship?
well, I mean to say that this is the type of item you'd see on the mainland. So if it's here, it was brought here by someone from the mainland.
Yeah, and I'm saying that this looks like the kind of a thing that you would want every ship to have, is its own constantly floating lighthouse to keep it out for rocks.
Would these
So-
things have been used on ships?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Some nations have implemented them on ships. Sildan isn't really
They're
a
landlocked.
port city. They're landlocked, so you guys don't necessarily use them that way. But you've seen the technology adapted to work on either towers built in lakes and oceans or on ships themselves.
Okay.
This is a little bit a new take on it for you. You've never seen it consistently spinning in a circle, emitting this light.
Oh, because
Usually
it's
it's
directed.
it's normally directed light.
Okay. Well,
So it looks like
Davos
it's
is
a
not
minor
unheard of.
improvement.
Minor improvement. Okay. Ooh.
Yeah, like it looks like it has some kind of like centrifuge on it that's continually spinning it.
No, I dare
It's a
say
more
it's
complex
bit
version
more
than-
advanced.
The ones you guys designed, I guess.
Yeah, Davos, your take isn't incorrect. It could have been brought here by ship, but maybe not necessarily. It could.
shipwreck.
It could be a shipwreck. It could be.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were saying not necessarily a shipwreck, but
Oh, well, like, yeah. I mean, it could be a shipwreck, or it could be some other benefactor. Actually, if it's in a fisherman village that's been overrun, it's probably from a shipwreck. I don't see why any intelligent faction would be sponsoring these frogs. So, I think that's probably likely. Maybe a salvage effort. They brought it back because it was shiny.
Is there any other
Um,
signs of technology that we missed, I guess? Or
Yeah,
So-
maybe we should recomb the area just in case.
can I investigate the foundations of the buildings? Are they set on ancient, awesome foundations
yeah, you could
from like an
investigate.
Atlantis type civilization from before here?
Faye has regrouped with you guys, seeing you all joined up.
Mm.
She was off keeping watch on like the hill.
Hi, Faye.
She says, Dion, perhaps this was advanced from our technology out of necessity. It seems odd that if it was a shipwreck, it would have been placed perfectly in this house. It looks like it may have been hidden away.
Yeah, salvaged and brought into the house, right? Is that what you mean?
Possibly. I don't know how it would have gotten here exactly, but it seems odd that it would be just placed in a house and kind of kept hidden away.
Hidden away as if to defend it
want-
from raiders. Hmm.
Yeah, it could have been to hide its light.
Like,
Because it didn't know how to turn it off, maybe.
Possibly.
Or maybe it had a purpose, but... Yeah, that's
Hmm.
a lot of unknowns. And it looks like
I
there's
believe
one
it.
at the building to the left of us, too.
Yeah, I
There
guess we
seems
can
to be light
investigate
coming
the last
from that
building.
over there.
Oh, this is your light.
Oh, okay. It's in the wrong house. I was like, huh! That one over there is shining now, too.
Oh no, yeah, it was in this house the whole time. You guys
Oh,
kept
we
up.
just went around the wrong house.
Yeah.
Just it. So, Faye, you're saying you think that it was in that building for a reason?
Well, yes. If you look at the proximity of the building to the water, it doesn't appear like it would land upon the shore, roll through town and into that building with the door facing the opposite way.
No, it serves no
Oh.
purpose here.
no, but the people who used to live here could have salvaged it from a wreck.
Well, that's true, but the people that live here are the residents of Urdulin.
Or the frog people.
Or so we believe.
Yeah, yeah.
Could have been a decade or two further back as I stand up from investigating the ground.
Good points.
A valid point. I hadn't thought that far through. But I am just spitballing here, trying to put some of the knowledge I've learned from you, Dion, into work here.
No, by all means, your opinion is valid.
All right, so that's my investigation on the rest of the town.
Everything looks pretty rudimentary in the town, except for this large cask.
Oh,
Yes,
You can
it's-
see
it
the
seems
fire kind of engulfed everything over this way. You can see it still burned things up over here. The cask is just charred. It doesn't look like it has structural damage to it.
okay. Well, I will investigate it. Can I try and move it? Is it full?
Give me a strength check to see if you can kind of rock it.
Easy.
Not a problem. You give it a good shove. You can feel it's about half full as liquid sloshes around and splashes against the sides.
Okay. Does it have a tap?
It does.
Okay. I search for a usable cup.
We found the Sean.
Let's check this out.
So you can find a few steel cups kind of positioned on what's left over here. They're a little warm from being sitting in embers, but
Well, if they get old water, then they're still cups. I bring them. And then I guess I shake out one and rub the inside out with my shirt and then look around for water. I guess I'll go and I'll wash out a cup and then I'll fill.
because you see a lot of water to the north.
Yeah, I'm rubbing it with my shirt and then I'm like, oh, yeah, all the water
Salt
on
water.
the coast here. That's fine. Rinsing out my cup. All right, so I will pour a little quarter of a glass. What is this?
All right, so as it comes out, it's a grayish liquid.
How's it smell?
Make me a perception.
Interesting. This is the same grayish liquid that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this is
Perception.
the same shit we just ripped on Sean for.
Well, I didn't realize it was in a cask. Thought he just found some random liquid somewhere.
It's this cask, I think, right?
Yep.
It's the same cask.
Yeah. So 14 perception. It's hard to get a distinct smell from this liquid with all the kind of charcoal smell that's filling the village, and all the burnt smell. It's a very powerful scent surrounding you. So it's really hard to tell what liquid smells like.
All right. Is there some fire near me, like a little ember?
Yeah, there's some embers still burning on the tables here. You can see some of the supports over here.
I splashed the liquid on some embers. What does it do?
Okay.
Nice.
Which embers are you spilling it on, and how close are you?
I'll do it on these ones here, and I'll be like 6 feet back. I'll just kind of like.
Okay. So as you splash it on there, you can see the embers reignite and kind of have a almost like a little fireball rupture shoot up, and then they subside back to embers.
I turn back to the group. I'm like, did anyone see that?
Yeah, you can think of it like when you put brandy into like a really hot skillet and it catches fire right away really quickly and then burns down.
Yeah, it does like a mushroom cloud of fire and then it's gone.
Or does gasoline do that too?
Pretty much. Like lighter fluid, gasoline.
I know Tom's trying to imply it's delicious alcohol, but could just be oil.
It could
Yeah.
Could be.
It could be medieval napalm for all we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know what this test figured out for me. I guess I will pour another little bit of a glass and take a sip.
Oh God. Okay.
Okay, so you pour a little glass and you take a little sip. Can
I'll get my
you
sheet out. No worries.
con save, please?
Yep, I'm already on it.
You got your new character sheet ready?
Yes.
Oh!
Oh no.
You crit
Double
failed
one.
with advantage.
Don't
All right,
even look
start
at the
making 'em.
advantage part. That's just embarrassing.
Start fucking cooking up that new sheet.
I'd just like to point out, if I look at all his rolls, there's 4 natural ones on
Yeah, it's not on point tonight.
Tavares
Fight the
deserves
booze.
what's coming his way.
So you take
Can we
a
just
sip.
attack something with my axe? Fuck.
So you take a sip of this. As you can feel it go down your throat, it's got a nice little burn to it. It tastes pretty good. As it hits your stomach acid, you can feel a reaction start immediately. And as you kind of are wondering what's happening, you kind of look around, and all of a sudden, this like burp of fire comes out.
Okay. That's better than expected.
After the burp and the fire comes out and subsides, you start to feel gurgling again, and you throw up.
That makes sense. I'm already picturing my guy like buckling to his knees from the burp. So
Yeah, it burned your entire esophagus up out, and then you're like, this is such a violent reaction in your stomach that your body's just rejecting it.
You guys ever had Scotch whiskey? Because that's exactly what my body does when I have that.
Yo,
It does not go down at all.
I crushed a
Well,
whole
honestly,
big bottle of that.
Sean,
I complained about
like-
it the whole time.
Like, I guess we were in third year and Sean brought over Scotch whiskey. And he's like, yeah, this is some good stuff. I tried it. My body, I immediately puked. Like, I could not keep it in me at all. Like, what is this? Fuck. So,
But
I have a pretty good idea.
the aftertaste of this liquid you drank is still pretty good.
Okay.
It burned like a motherfucker, but like it was a tasty burn.
It was the most
Well-
delicious fire you've ever tasted.
Yeah, you didn't
Well,
know fire could taste that good.
Oh my God.
I don't know if anybody's watching, but if they are, and then I just look over and I shrug. I'm like, I don't know what I was thinking.
So, did what he just did look like fire dancers?
Very similar, yes.
Oh, okay. So I'm definitely gonna try to take some because I love watching the fire dancers. And if you happen to have found their secret, this will have been a wonderful excursion and totally worth all of the awfulness.
That's fair. I'm going to try and recover my wits and ask somebody for a water skin.
I'm gonna fill up my water, dump my water skin, and then fill it up with that gray liquid.
Of
Dump it in
course
front
you
of
did.
Davos. Watch him cry as it all spills on the ground.
I will hand Tiberius my water skin. Be like, that was an interesting choice.
I
You're lucky that
yes.
wasn't poison.
Oh, indeed. I don't know what came over me. It's been some time since I've had such potent drink. Ugh. But it certainly could be good fuel if we run into those. 1 second, my guy like doubles over. No. If we
I was
run
kind
into
of like
those
looking
frog
the other
people again,
direction.
perhaps we could start some sort of blaze. I don't know. I have like the water skin in my hand. I like hand it back to you and start vomiting again. If you want to fill it up, it's yours.
Yeah. What's that?
As like some sort of fuel or a weapon. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm not overly interested in interacting with whatever that was.
But
Could be frog blood
yeah.
for all I know.
I don't know how many water skins we have between us, or even if we have fresh water.
I think I had 2 water skins from the 2 different kits that I bought.
Yeah, I just bought my equipment because I can find food, but I guess I didn't care about water. Yeah.
Yeah. I had a bunch of extra gold left over, so I was like, I can buy a survival kit and a dungeoneer's kit. And it's fine.
There
They
you
have
go.
a bunch of duplicates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's lots of good stuff in there. All right, well, yeah, no, I'm done with this.
But yeah, I have this beautiful fire water. Now just hanging out in my bag. This is totally not dangerous.
Yeah, certainly not the most flammable person in the group.
I think y'all are crazy. You guys are really quite out there with what you're willing to carry with you, but you do
I
it
agree.
too.
I
Do whatever
agree.
you need to do. I still can't believe that you drank some.
Yeah.
Yep.
You should see that.
Friggin' wild.
Thank you.
I certainly wouldn't have.
Yeah, my guy's not too worried about that. He's pretty sure that he's not going to be killed by a drink.
Well, my friend, you've clearly never been at court.
Nope. Like,
That is,
yeah, in his mindset, he's just from the wild. And, yeah, if it's like a booze, then it's not bad water, and it should be fine. Should be able to handle it.
I've known a few people who have died from altered wine, shall we say.
Like, wine is, like, technically rotted, like, vegetables, but at the same time, it's also, like, purified. So, in a lot of cases, it's, like, better to drink wine than water, because you don't know if the water is, like, tampered or ill gotten. Like,
Sorry,
especially,
I
like,
mean-
back
I mean
in, like,
poison.
the 1400s and stuff, like, wine was always pure, even though it was technically booze.
Yeah.
But water could technically be bad all the time.
Yeah. Sorry, I mean like assassination poison drinks is what I'm talking about. People dying from wine.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I'm just saying, like, if you live in, like, a wilderness town, you just as likely, like, drink wine as you would water.
Yeah.
Like, if you couldn't get to, like, the well or what have you, you know that wine is water, but also, like, the booze causes it to purify.
Yeah, pure water's hard to come by.
Yeah,
Alcohol
exactly.
Makes that a little easier. All right, we ready to pack this place up and head back to Orduln.
I think that's the plan.
Yep. If you guys are ready to go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I apologize for causing more headaches. I actually wouldn't have dove for that barrel had I known it was the exact same one that you found earlier.
Never apologize for hijinks.
But yeah, lead us, Enoch. Tell us about this road you know of.
So, as you guys exit the fishing village with your trusty navigator Unhawk around, you guys can start heading back to Erduln.
Yeah.
Udhak. Hit me with a survival roll, please. With your navigator stuff.
With advantage, right?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Oh, with advantage. Oh, yay! Udhawk is back! He's
Oh,
back!
God.
Yay!
Lead us. Oh, great navigator.
He knows exactly where the road is. He knows where the road is.
You can see Unhak leading the way with his back turned on the path you guys are traveling. He is staring back towards you guys, carrying on conversation as you traverse. Unhak is deftly hitting every turn as it comes up.
My God, the navigation flex right now. So,
You can
every
see
soldier has his role, and this is yours, Unhawk. Glad to have you back.
you can see with Unhak leading the way here, it seems like you guys are knocking at least 3 days off of the travel from what it took.
Nice.
We'll be sleeping on
That's how we
feather
do it.
cushions by the day's end.
You guys over there.
Into the water?
I'm using the blue square to move you guys.
As long
Oh,
as it's
sure.
not fiery water.
Get back in the fiery water.
Unhawk, are you sure your name's not Hanno? The navigator?
Ship's navigator.
You guys don't get quite a full day's worth of travel this time, due to unless you guys are pushing into the night. But with how much you guys have gone on today, you guys would be risking exhaustion. So you guys can travel about 6 hours before you'll have to stop and kind of set up camp for the night, which would put you about 11 o'clock ish. So you guys could push on a little bit more. For every 2 hours, you run the risk of getting a point of exhaustion.
No, I'm fine not pushing on.
Yeah, I would like to rest. I did travel all day to come meet you guys.
Yeah, we'll chill. Whatever.
I don't know. My guy's fueled by the fire water. I vote we march.
How close are we? Did we see the town?
All right, fine. We'll stay.
Kind of just like, at this point, Unhawk, you know where we are. You can make the judgment. We're in no hurry either way.
Yeah, no. Rest for the night.
Okay,
Alright.
so you guys start setting yourselves up to get a rest in, get a good nap going on. So you guys can start doing your watches. I'll need 4 watches total. You guys can do whatever order you like.
I'll take the crack of dawn morning watch. Wait, oh
Alright,
no,
I'll
we
go
have people
first.
without night vision.
Oh yeah,
Whatever works.
Unhawk first, I guess.
Unhawk would probably be best at the crack of dawn because it's already nightfall.
Okay, then I'll go first. With perception and a dice.
Yeah, perception and D20, please.
Oh, I know the drill. Whoop. And man, I got that one perfect roll for the strength thing, tipping and checking the barrel. That's big tonight. Fumbling around,
Tell me
unable to
about it.
see.
We'll take it.
So during your watch, nothing particularly happens that you would notice.
Oh, that's good. They're lucky. My guy was ready to fight something. It's itching. All right, I wake up Davos. As it is, 'tis your turn.
Okay. So the same perception D20.
Yes, please.
As I am doing this, I would also like to
What is it, David?
I'm curious. I want to drink some.
Whoa,
Let's look.
Oh my god.
don't do it.
Yeah, everyone else
Only the
is
toughest
asleep.
and boldest can handle it.
Yeah, everyone else is asleep, so you are the only one.
Okay, perfect. think you need one of these.
Yeah. You chug some down. It's got a nice burn going down. Hits your stomach, and it feels nice.
I'd like to strongly exhale.
Strongly exhale. A burst of fire, fueled by the air of your lungs and the combination of the combustion in your stomach. A jet of fire shoots out into a 15-foot cone in front of you,
Combustion.
illuminating the sky.
Oh, beautiful.
So this stuff doesn't even need like fuel; it just burns.
It needs some kind of sustenance to ignite it.
All right.
Like it's such a violent reaction in your stomach, which is your stomach acid, that it creates this like pocket of fire, basically. Which is also why you need your con save in order to control that. But also, if it's touching fire, it will ignite instantly. So, David, you can mark down you have 2 more drinks out of the satchel. Out of your water
Okay.
skin.
He's one of 3. Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Did you end up filling up your water skin with it, Troy?
No, I did not.
Okay, then can we say that I did?
Sure.
All right. For 2 water skins of this stuff, whatever the hell it is.
Okay. So after I do that, I'm just gonna get to doing my serious watch stuff. As serious as I can.
Okay. 17 perception with a 2. After you shoot your fire into the sky, creating a nice warm glow above you guys, nothing significant happens.
Oh wow. We really are alone out here. So I'm gonna wake up Unhak. Wait, no, Unhak can't see in the
No,
dark.
Dion
I'm gonna
first.
wake up.
Yeah,
I'm
Dion
gonna
took
wake
the-
up Dion
Okay.
Alrighty.
for the next watch.
All right, I'll rise. I'll let Faye sleep, and yeah, I'm pretty well rested from the long rest before, so I'll just kind of sit out and think about our next move and look out the horizon like a hero.
Yep.
Nice. Very epic.
I very specifically describe every one of my watches as not watching, and this is what happens.
Something's up this time.
I am awake, but I do not scout.
Okay.
Lost in thought.
Yeah.
The next time I play chess with Faye, I'm going to use the King's Opening. She'll never say
Yeah.
something.
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh shit! Wow, new land in fucking danger.
You have a fairly uneventful watch, to your knowledge.
Beautiful. I feel
To
very
your knowledge.
inspired from my horizon watching, and then I go rouse Unhak
Okay.
and Faye, and then we'll just train. It's morning already. Might as well get a crack on it.
Yeah, so you as you wake Unhak up, it's still a little dark out, but the sun is rising. So Unhak, I'll take a perception roll and a d20, please.
We're so
The
good
rollers
at
are
this,
on
guys.
Fire.
These perception rolls have been amazing.
Whatever the hell's going on out there, we don't care. Get that through your head, DM.
Okay, Dion, you said you were awake as well, right?
Yeah, I'm just like sword training with Faye now. Just
What's
getting
your
my
passive
morning routine.
perception?
Not great. It's 12. 10 plus perception skill. Yeah. 12.
Yes. Okay. Let's see.
How much slips past your view this time? Woo!
Unhak, you are pretty tired from marching from Urdul into that village and having to lug around that heavy ass spear. So you were a little tired for your watch. Didn't quite notice anything. But Dion, while you were sparring, you heard from a distance a cacophony of howls again.
Oh,
Cacophony. Good word.
kind of like tell Fatal hold right before she strikes me again with her sword and be like, "Do you hear that? There's a wolf creature tracking us, wasn't there? I think I heard a howl."
Yeah, it sounds like a chorus of howls.
Many howls. Boonhawk, do you hear that?
Well, yeah, I saw some when I was marching back to the village yesterday. I don't think they're a problem for us.
Perhaps not. We'll have to be careful they don't approach. I'll
Oh yeah,
sneeze on them.
You're allergic to wolves, I see.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yes.
give them the COVID.
Yeah. I'll speak very moistly all over them wolves.
I think Dion's allergic to bullshit.
Oh. Oh, you saw one, did you?
Yeah, sure you did.
Not being afraid of that wolf. Come on now.
Oh.
Yeah. I heard firsthand account that it had antlers.
Oh my.
Alright, so I guess I'll just keep an ear out. If they get closer, we'll rouse the troops, but otherwise it's just nature.
And you keep that antler business to yourself.
Yeah, so you guys complete your long rest. It doesn't appear to get any closer, but it does sound like it is in the direction that you guys would be heading to return to Urdul.
Well, we need to clear the road. Actually, no, we don't. I don't care about going this way anymore. But, you know, this thing's been hounding us for 3 sessions. Maybe we should just kill it.
But why?
I don't know. Well, like, we're not gonna go around it, are we? I guess that's up
The
to you.
thrill of the
Hawk.
hunt?
Yeah,
Well, it's non-aggressive, is it not?
I don't know.
Well, maybe we just haven't given it a chance to be aggressive.
Why
Well-
do we need to give it a chance to be aggressive?
Maybe we should treat it this way. We'll take the road to Uldun, and if we get attacked, we'll know that these wolves are a danger to travelers, and we'll need to deal with it. If it leaves us be,
Exactly.
then it is what it is. Part of wildlife.
so while you guys were headed to the village, you guys weren't taking the road because you guys didn't realize there was a road.
Yeah, but now we are.
Yeah, so now that Unhawk, the amazing navigator, is back,
Yeah.
it showed you the error of your ways. You guys are taking the road. You guys have seen the wolves in the forested area, where what's considered a forested area in this kind of sparsely populated.
Grasslands.
Yeah, it's to the side of the road, closer to the ocean. So you
Okay.
could possibly take the road and avoid it.
Oh,
Or we could pretend to be helpless travelers. And
Yeah,
On
or
the
you
road,
could
play
walk
the
in
area.
the area that you know they are, where you guys fought the Axe Beaks.
well. I think if we treat this wild land as a way to fight every wild beast that we find, we're going to be here for a while. I don't see a reason. to
Certainly
look for
seems that
trouble.
way.
We take the road. If it attacks us, then we fight it.
Fair.
Absolutely.
Let's head back to
Okay.
town then.
Okay, so Faye breaks down your campsite for you as per usual daily outgoing-ons.
Thank you, Faye. Good job.
As you guys continue down the road, Unhak, can you make me another survival with advantage, please? Or navigator's tools, or whatever the. I think they're the same roll for you.
Thank God for advantage. Yeah.
17. Yes, you don't retrace your steps as well as yesterday, but you do retrace them just fine. As you're
He's not
following the road.
moonwalking all the way to Urdul this time.
Yeah, this time he got a good rest. He's on a bit of a high alert now because there's some wolves nearby. So he is respecting the newfound lands. You guys can travel for a day. Getting you back over here.
I guess I'll find some food for the group.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm like, wait, what do I do normally? Oh yeah, cook. Like a badass. Survival?
Yep. Survival, please.
Damn it, I cannot roll tonight at all.
Hi.
So you guys are taking the road, so without straying too far into the little wooded area, you don't find really much food that can make a meal for the group.
Okay. Well, sorry guys. Got this booze in a water sack though.
Don't think it's booze.
It's something.
It's
Yes, that's the statement.
So as you guys are taking the road here, night does begin to descend upon you guys. You're no longer in the safety of the cliffs. But as you guys are walking down, let me just make sure I have the right stuff set on this map. Fog of War enabled. Okay. Perfect.
Uh-oh.
Why do you need the fog of war, Mr. DM?
Yeah. What's
If
going
you
on here
notice,
with this blockade?
you'll notice it's a very big map.
I
Gotcha.
have a feeling we're gonna find that wolf.
Good cover. Good cover. Very
So
liquid.
I didn't use a dark map, but it's starting to get a little bit dark out. And where characters? So there's you guys should all be in the top left corner up here. So as you guys are kind of approaching the end of your marching for the day, Unhawk, you remember you saw a cave close to this area on your way to the city or to the fishing village.
Like the seaside cave that the thing was swimming into?
No, a different cave while you were taking the road.
A safer cave.
Yeah, this is a roadside cave.
Okay. Not the Kraken cave.
A less underwater cave.
A less underwater cave. But as you guys approach, you can see streaks of blue energy crackling along the road, as well as kind of the side of the road. It looks like it is heading towards the cave.
Oh, very interesting. Give me
What is that?
5 minutes. I gotta move diapers over.
Yep.
Control my character for me, somebody though. I'll be back. Sorry.
Why is there crackling lightning on the road? That's strange.
It
Oh,
looks
is that not normal?
Well,
It-
you
it
tell me,
looks like-
Ranger.
I don't know about this land, to be honest. But no, I would say no, if you were to ask me.
Perhaps a magical ambush. Be on
So
your guard.
It looks
So,
like
how fast is it traveling? Sorry, go on.
so it's not traveling at all. It looks like residual energy from something that passed through here.
Oh, so it's got like a hum glow kind of thing to it.
Yeah, so it looks like something kind of dragged something across the ground and left behind a charged section that looks like it's scorched, like a lightning bolt would.
Oh. Which
But it's like
But it's also-
reminating, like illuminating.
Sorry, guys.
So it's still illuminated and it still has a bit of a crackle, as if something came through here recently.
Alright, which direction was that thing dragged? If they're carrying
Yeah.
weapons of mass destruction through the land, I might be interested.
I'm gonna go over here, crouch down, keep my distance.
It's all headed this way, and it looks like there's a path right here leading towards a cave.
A cave?
So-
How
As-
savage.
I'm gonna call Dion over and ask him to investigate this. I'm gonna like point out shit and help him. Like
Alright.
what do you think this is? Like kind of looks like scorch marks, and it's definitely going this direction.
Yeah, and like as you guys start
So is that with
investigating,
advantage then? Is with the
Yeah,
help?
I think I get to use my help action to give you advantage, right? Just adding flavor.
What kind of manner of technology could have caused this?
sorry, as you guys are taking a look at the lines, you can see they get tighter packed together and more consistent as they approach this entrance here. You can see that it leaves the marks on the ground, scorching the earth. It has left marks along the trees, as well as the stones. It seems to be able to imprint itself upon anything it touches. You can see the scorch marks as they're individual ones and distanced away, kind of back towards the road. You can see that they're much fainter than when they appear to be bunched together. It looks like it's a much stronger force of lightning when the closer together they get.
What do these
Well,
scorch
that's
marks look like? Does it
perception,
look
but
like
what does the
something?
investigation give us?
Sorry, go on. Yeah.
Sorry, what was that?
So
I
like
was
that,
just
that
gonna
sounds
ask-
like a visual cue, but like we're investigating it.
So like, what are
Yeah.
you trying? What are we trying to achieve? I guess.
Sorry, yeah, I was just about to ask you what the role was. 'Cause I missed that part.
Oh,
So you're
sorry.
investigating the marks here, right? So as you're investigating the marks, as you get down and get close to check the soil, you have a shock that runs through you, kind of conducted to your armor.
Oh.
As it kind of leaves a tingle across your body, you can feel that this is quite potent and that it is residual electricity, almost as if it's a bolt of lightning that was left on the ground.
And it came out of the dirt and hit Dion and shocked him.
As Dion reached to investigate the dirt, the remaining charge kind of transferred from the ground to his.
It like arced to him.
Yeah, because
Shit.
he's in like full metal.
Huh.
So like
So,
what manner of
definitely a lot of
giant
arcana.
artifact was dragged through here?
Is
so-
like,
Fuck.
does it look like? What does the marks look like? Because you're saying it's like drag marks, and it's like coming a direction.
So it doesn't look like it's a heavy object being dragged. It looks more like a slug leaving a slime trail, but this is a
Oh.
lightning trail.
Weird. Is it the same size as the magical ball we found?
No, it's much smaller. It's the magical ball was 3 feet in diameter. This is like just shy of a foot in diameter at the
Damn.
widest part.
I was thinking Gungan weapons. I don't know what you guys were thinking, but I was like, maybe those big fucking orbs that they throw.
Oh fuck yeah! I was thinking like
Star Wars one.
if creatures are salvaging things from a wreck of a technological powerful nation, maybe there was like a big artifact that was dragged through here recently.
Do all
could
the
have
marks
left
seem to
us.
come from like the same thing, or are they the multiple paths?
Multiple paths.
Yeah, okay, that's
You
what I'm
can see them
gathering.
all kind of converge at the entrance here.
Hmm.
But
Multiple.
can you guys make me a perception as you're looking down towards the pathway there?
Oh my god.
Perfect.
Ready.
I won't even bother.
Bing.
So
Look,
you,
a caterpillar.
you actually see two small creatures at the
What
entrance
did
to
I
the
say?
cave here.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oops, let me
Zoom in.
capture it for you.
Perfect 20.
1 second.
Shit, boys. It's some sort of lizard with an arcing tail.
Oh,
It's
this is
got,
just
like,
wildlife?
4 legs
electrical?
and dragon drake head. Looks like some sort of lizard dog with a lightning tail.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm just loading a picture up for you guys.
Sorry, I just
Sounds
zoomed way in
a-
on the token, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, the
Like
token's
this-
actually token's a pretty good representation.
Yeah, like shit. What is that? That's so cool.
If this is just wildlife that creates electricity, like we don't really have a reason to fight it. We can just continue.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be some sort of like arcane gathering of like
Yeah.
artifacts. I was like, shit. Like, what's happening? It's like some sort of cult activity where like wandering paths.
Yeah, it's just some sort of
Yes.
creature.
You guys should be able to see that, right?
Yep, you can
Yep.
see it. He's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Strange,
kill 'em all?
strange creatures.
I would have to agree. They look like they would make quite a nice.
You can see that the electricity is concentrated in its tail as it arcs across its body. It seems to be emanating from its tail.
Huh. Well, I don't really see a reason to fight them.
Yeah.
No,
don't
nor do I.
particularly either.
If it's just wildlife, I should be past it.
Really,
Yeah.
but they're this close to the road. They make the road super unsafe.
Also, this
Oh.
is where you guys are going to have to start bedding down for the night or risk exhaustion because you've been traveling for a full day at this point.
Wait, really? This is just like right where we needed to fucking jam.
Yeah, I mean, you guys
Well-
don't have to stay here. You can set camp up somewhere else.
Yeah.
Udok just happened to remember that there was a cave as he passed by on the way to the fishing village.
Interesting. Well, I guess we should probably decide how aggressive they are before we consider them a threat to the populace. How big are
Yeah.
they?
They are considered small.
So, like, cat size or like small dog?
We're looking like not as small as like Chihuahua, but like smaller than like a border collie.
Okay, so they're not that big. They're like maybe 20, 30 pounds.
If that. They're more longer than they are heavy.
I'm gonna pick up a big rock.
And throw it near them.
Oh, to see if they're timid or not.
Yeah. I want to see how they react.
Can you make
Alright.
me a straight dex roll for accuracy?
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Huh.
Pretty good.
So I put the rock, bag it off this rock here, and like ricochet it towards them. Does this guy react at all?
Yeah, so you bang the rock off this thing here, and it lands just beside this guy. And as it lands, thing of electricity arcs out of this thing and zaps the rock.
Pretty
I
aggressive.
turn back to Dion. Like, that's unexpected from such a small creature.
Huh.
I don't have anything like that where I'm from, I don't believe. Actually, can I nature it?
You can certainly try.
Okay. Nope.
You've seen lizards, but nothing even in this color.
Yeah, okay. Just shrug at Dion as I try to run my memory. I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's clearly defensive. It's hard to say whether it'll attack us or not.
Well, we came here looking for shelter. It appears that shelter's occupied. I wouldn't push a bear out of its cave just to have a roof over my head. We might as well just find a different place to rest.
Indeed. If there's no need to shelter in that cave, then I suppose it's not worth it to fight anything for it.
Yeah, would rather march for another hour over getting in a fight. Probably just as tiring.
So let's return to the group and tell them what we found out.
Yeah,
Alright.
we're not looking for trouble with the wildlife. It's not really our goal.
Mm-mm.
All right, so you guys go back to the group and tell them what you saw and what you found.
You guys cool with moving on a little bit?
You want to fight the lizard?
Yep.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys continue on. So you guys can push on for 2 hours. So you get like over there now. As you guys continue to push on, the road starts to fade into just grassland again.
Unhawk, where'd the road go?
What do you mean? We're on the road.
Oh, this is why we have you. I don't even see the road anymore. I don't know if you're all on Discord, but that was a sick face palm.
Yeah, you can see that the actual like dirt road has started to fade away, but you can still see like a footpath.
Yeah,
created.
well-traveled path.
Not so much well traveled, but there is distinct marks of like a footpath, mainly from Unhawk not being the smoothest of walkers. He kind of blazed a trail to get that road started again.
We're on the Unhawk road now.
That's
But
right. Someone's
yeah,
gonna do it.
you can all do a con save for me. It'll be DC 10 or 1 point of exhaustion.
Thought we were stopping once we got to the point where we were at risk of exhaustion.
You guys were at that point at the cave where you guys could have stopped there or gone just to the side, like
I
in
thought
the
you
grass.
said we had like another hour of travel.
That's what you guys want to push on for.
Guess it wasn't clear.
Sorry, we can retcon that and say you guys just walked off to the side to make camp if you want.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. The assumption being just like get away from that situation, so we're not going to get jumped in the night. But I don't really know what that would require. I'm down for the exhaustion if that's what it takes, but whatever.
Oh, I mean, like if where you guys were, like the cave was like that way. You guys could camp like that way, or like in the middle of the road, a little bit further back if you wanted. Like those were really your only options were like the cave on your right, the kind of the grasslands on the left, camp in the middle of the road, or press on and find a new clearing.
To be perfectly honest, I
Yeah,
don't really
just the grasslands
care
on the
either
left is
way.
Yeah.
I am getting quite tired though. Like,
Yeah.
real talk. So
Yeah, we should probably call it.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're probably gonna call it soon. Once you guys found this place to bed down, because I also have to go to bed soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Down
no,
for
just to
what
the
else?
left of the actual cave isn't too bad. I didn't realize we were walking to the point of exhaustion. I just wanted us not to camp right there.
Yeah.
So even though it was like 120 feet to the left. That's
Okay,
fine.
yeah, okay, so we can retcon that and just say you guys went just to the other side of the road then into the little grassy area.
Yeah, hopefully out of the paths of the scorch marks.
Yeah.
They seem to be pretty non. They're pretty obvious about where they walk, so we'll just get out of their path.
sounds good.
Yeah,
But,
so we'll say you guys find a nice open area. And you guys can bed down in here for the night.
Excellent.
Sounds
And
good.
there'll be no exhaustion.
Perfect. We'll find those grugs next time. Whatever the hell they are.
Possibly, if you guys go back to the village.
Don't you worry, we'll get them. Get them somehow.
That's where we will call it tonight then. You guys are just bedding down for your long rest from the travel.
Sounds good.
The fact that we're on a sub map makes things interesting.
Some map, yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a great mystery, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
that's
see
just like
this-
every other rest we've had. So I don't know what you mean.
You see this rock right here?
Mm-hmm.
I call it the "I got your thumb" rock.
Oh, that's very clever, Troy.
Well, this one
Yeah,
kind
it's
of looks like a
bedtime.
bear.
Oh fuck, Mount Bear. It does look like a bear. Look at that.
Should we light a
Yeah.
fire?
Last
Just
time
light
you
the
lit a
fire.
fire, you burned the whole town down.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that was Davos.
Yeah, yeah. My record with fire is better than that.
He
Yeah,
is the
he-
cook. If he can't light a fire, we're fucked.
I mean, to be fair, the last interaction with fire that Tavarius had was drinking it and then burping it out and puking.
True.
Yeah, easy. Nothing burned.
Except for your insides.
Exactly. Fire
You're
pit.
wheezing for the rest of your life.
This is where we'll call it for tonight. We'll call this one a breath of fresh air.
Sounds good. Yeah,
Is
I don't know
you'll
what
need
compelled me to
after
make this
drinking
fire.
that
I just
shit.
feel like
comfortable.
Unhawk should see this evening. I don't know.
Fire on camp is pretty standard. It's nice to be warm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
It's the finer things in life.
But yeah, we'll call it here. We'll get another session scheduled in the books, and we'll pick it up from your long rest here.
Hell
good.
yeah. GG crew.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks for coming out.
No problem.
Didn't get to
Happy
do
to do
too
it.
much combat tonight. I don't think there was any combat.
Zero combat.
But
We were ready for them toads. We did not find them.
oh, you guys were planning so much. I was trying so hard not to laugh.
Yeah.
We're gonna kill those toads. Are we there ready to ambush us? Well, whatever. We won. They retreated. And now I'm in my bedroll with my tree.
Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the session.
Yeah, man.
Sure to throw some combat into the next one for you.
Nice tent.
Whatever works. Why, thank you. Gonna travel with the best.
Heck yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, good session regardless. Like it's all on us to decide how fast we want to do this. If we want to bum rush through areas and get ambushed, then we might fight a lot. And if we tiptoe through the entire thing, maybe we won't fight at all.
You guys did manage to complete the fishing village finally, so I'll tally up your experience from that.
Nice.
Well,
Wait, so are we like overhauled on gear right now? Are we like carrying big extra bags full of like fishing craft?
yeah, like in the little shed, you guys would have found some bags that you could carry all that stuff in.
Okay.
We'll bring
And then,
other stuff.
So like
Knock
move
the special box.
and draw some bags.
I think you get the mysterious shoebox too.
The empty box that he dumped the fish out of.
Yeah,
So how big is it? Just a shoebox?
yeah, it's like the size of a shoebox.
Okay. Cool.
It's not overly
Magical
large. It's
Good
it's
find
an
regardless.
preserving box basically.
You know, put somebody's head in it.
I think I specified food. Yes, any food. I made sure to take care of that.
You
Perfect.
can't preserve a head?
No cannibals have been found so far.
What if we found like a big old minotaur cock and wanted to preserve it to make a talisman out of later?
I mean, it's
All right, on that note, I am gonna head out here.
And that's where I peace out. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Have a good night, Clayton.
Later,
Yeah,
man.
you too, guys. Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Oh, you can talk about the Minotaur comics for a few
Yeah, I
more
mean,
minutes. I'll
that's-
listen.
You all seen Your Highness? Like amazing movie?
Oh yeah, it's actually pretty funny.
I mean, people eat Bill's cock, so
It counts as food.
yeah, it's not too far out of the way to say Minotaur cock.
Yeah,
It is what it
that's-
is.
Very true.
Just saying, you got to find a Minotaur somewhere, though.
Yeah. No, Dion's not about that life. Chopping
Oh,
those
no?
cocks. No, he's more honorable than that.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, that's a bit savage. I feel pretty weird about that. But if Unhawk wants to do it, it's that's his prerogative, his culture. I don't know. I don't want to infer.
Yeah, I mean, barely humanoid, turtle half man, probably. The Minotaur would eat him, so
It's only
you
fair.
look at it both ways. Yeah,
All's well that ends well, right?
exactly.
Yeah. So if you, I'm not even gonna go there.
But yeah, that's probably for the best. Just leave it at that. But yeah. Good session tonight. I'm sure we'll run into more interesting things next time. Actually, that's pretty interesting. I just mean that we'll fight things more, actually engage our plans a bit more. I'm glad I got that booze because I'm sure that'll come in handy. One day.
You saw the sheet I shared to you, right?
Yeah, the booze liquid. So like it says, you get a charge for 1 hour. Does that mean I can like hold it in my mouth for an hour?
Yeah, it's like the way like I'm kind of ruling that one is like the gaseous creation it makes.
Mhm.
It's able to stay in you for like an hour. Like when you just like drink a pop, the carbonation kind of builds up till it comes out.
Okay,
And it's like a slow burn on that one.
gotcha. So you can
It's
kind of
good,
like choose when to like burp, basically.
Yeah, you're holding the burp for like an hour until you want it out, basically, and then you're burping out a fire cone.
Sounds
Okay.
very uncomfortable.
Sure. Yeah.
You feel like you have to burp for a whole hour. Oh god.
If you choose to hold it in for a whole hour, yeah.
Yeah. That's funny.
That's uncomfortable, but yeah, it is what it is.
But if you try to use it in like combat as like an action to gain that or an item interaction,
Mm-hmm.
if you fail the con save, your turn will be wasted on vomiting.
Oh,
Yeah,
beautiful.
that's fair.
It's kind of a risk reward scenario on that one.
Yeah, double-edged sword. Not
Yeah.
all winning. No, totally fair. I love those kinds of things. Because the people, then they can't like spam them, basically.
Yeah.
It's
And like you only get
choose
3
one.
charges.
Yeah. That's
For,
limited too.
I'll add that in because I'll forget that later.
Well, I'm sure there'll come a time when I'm surrounded by plants and I gotta burn frog people. And we
Chain
shall see
lightning
what
the frogs. Use the lizards on the frogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
exactly.
meta wise, I was like, yeah, it'd be pretty cool to fight those lizards. But like in character, I'm like, it's wildlife.
Yeah.
I felt bad you guys were planning so hard against these things. So it's like, oh, they're not there. I was going to throw in a couple of them. Just to fight them.
It is
Honestly,
what it is.
I was 50-50 that they were going to be there. In fact, probably more likely they weren't, based on what you kept telling us, based on the fact that we destroyed their home. Like,
Yeah,
why would they stay? Like, but
That's
at the
why I
same
do
time, if we ran into them for whatever reason, we had to be ready because they
Yeah.
were not going to lose twice.
You can't make a mistake again like that.
Hell no, I'm not getting embarrassed.
Yeah,
I was like these people.
I was sitting there listening to you guys. And I was like, oh, I should put a couple in just to let them kill them, feel good.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, these things wouldn't stay.
They're gone. Oh well.
That's fair.
I feel good about being prepared, even if we didn't need to use it.
Yeah, exactly. These are the kind of things.
You guys almost didn't find my little thing I left for you.
The
little light.
It's an interesting bit of information about that. Might ask the townspeople about it.
Mm-hmm.
The de facto mayor of Urduln.
Yeah, I'm still
next
convinced
time we
it's like...
find, we're gonna make a name for it that sounds easy to pronounce. I feel like I keep fucking this up.
Wait, how do you say it? Ordulin?
Urduln.
Okay, Ordul.
Falshtille.
Because like
Falshtille.
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 I'm still convinced that
it's like an ancient Roman civilization was here like hundreds of years ago, and they had all these things that our realm has now, and they got either died or founded our world in the West. I don't know. We sailed east and then hit land?
I don't really know. I didn't pick if it was south or east or where yet.
Okay. Like wherever
I feel like southeast.
I'm picturing it now, like we came from America, hit Europe. And I'm like, in my mind, like, if they have these technologies, but nobody seems to have an understanding of it, maybe there is some sort of like underlying civilization that was good here, but that left for whatever reason.
It could very well still be a city that has the understanding. We just found the hick town.
Yeah. Well, that's true too. Like, we don't know if there's more civilization. I'm just thinking of it as like the Romans came in year like 100 to Britain and then left like shortly after that. And then it was like 600 or 700 years of like people just living in Roman castles because they couldn't rebuild them in any capacity because they didn't have the technology that the Romans did. It was like not until year like 1100 that they were like, shit, we can actually make concrete. Yeah. It was a stupid amount of time before they got back to where the Romans were. Like, it's so weird, history.
That would be like what would happen here if we lost the internet and then this generation died out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and there's just like a lack of like information. Like, wait, how do you make buildings? Like, so we just live in the buildings until they fall down because we have no idea how to rebuild them.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Like, that was literally what human history was in the years like 100 to 900 in almost all of Europe. Because the Roman Empire collapsed and it left like this skeleton of a monstrous, beautiful empire. And they had no idea how to like rebuild it or even maintain it. Because like it took like thinkers in the heart of the Roman Empire to like be like, okay, like to maintain an aqueduct, we got to do this and we got to do that. And like nobody had the capacity to like, you know, philosophize or brainstorm how to fix these problems. So they just all collapsed.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's weird. It's weird to think about that like mankind like took like 1,000-year break from like innovation.
And look at these people in good old Erdulm. That city has like years old fish. So it's been years since they had this fishing village, and the town is still lusting after the hooks.
Yeah.
Like, do they not know how to make a hook? Like,
yeah,
how useless are these guys?
I guess the magical box should be a sign that there was definitely some sort of like intelligent people here at one point.
Yeah. Just a present company excluded.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll
That's my thoughts on the matter. It could be just remnants from like a more well-off city miles off.
Yeah.
That made its way here like as an outpost or a frontier city and got fucked up. That's highly possible too.
The people that came from that fishing village into Erduln are all quite old. Like they'd be too old to be proficient at fishing now.
Yeah.
They just remember the good old days of fishing, but they have no idea how to make.
But you said they were like second or third generation old or dual, so they like don't know where to go.
Yeah. So like they just kind of like they didn't tell you why they abandoned their fishing town. They just were like, we don't live there anymore. They didn't they don't fully trust you guys because you guys came in a boat and were like, we're here as messengers. So like this is your like opening mission for the city to try to gain some trust and influence there.
Town, right? Not city.
So like the town.
Okay. So,
so maybe there's more to the story that we need to learn then.
Yeah. So like you don't have the history on it other than like a bunch of like crotchety old people are like, we used to fish, but not anymore. The entirety of that shit. But
Yeah.
like our stuff's there, so like if you want to get it for us, sweet.
All right.
And then like the people that would be capable of fishing and such are like tiny halflings that aren't able to hold swords properly, so they wouldn't be able to, you know, fight off the axe beaks that you guys ran into or the grung that were there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
So
kind of
it's
makes sense.
more like the people that are capable of or were capable of don't care enough to do anything, and the people that are capable aren't strong enough to do anything.
But also aren't
Gotcha.
smart enough to make fishing rods of their own.
That too.
Like that's the part that astounds me the most. It's like of all the pieces of engineering that like a culture that runs a town, that's where they have the gap.
Yeah,
Like-
like
Whoa.
maybe I didn't preface that enough. Like they have crude fishing rods, but not enough to turn it into a port city to fish or a port town to fish with. It's like there's enough that they can get fish themselves, but not enough that they'd be able to fish efficiently enough to sell it off.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
It's more like they have the stick with a piece of like cloth line on it, or a piece of spun twine as the lure on it, but they don't have anywhere to like hang the fish in order to preserve them properly or cleave meat off of them. And like there's really no way for them to make steel in Ordulum. There's
To make
no
what?
furnaces. Like it's like to make like metal or steel. They don't really have any way to get the temperatures that hot to melt down the rocks.
So this town essentially has no metal.
Yeah,
Of any-
basic. And like what they do have, it's like scavenged.
No metal, no fuel. They're not
Yeah.
doing much.
Yeah, like
Alright.
it's a rudimentary town. Because like
Yeah.
like you need like a blast furnace basically in order to make metals.
Yeah. Reach so and so height or Fahrenheit.
Yeah, sure you can heat up existing metal in like
Reforge it.
and bonfires and stuff, and it would get hot enough that you could alter its shape or put an edge back on it, but you wouldn't be able to melt the actual rocks and compress them enough to get a liquid form to forge anything.
No, makes sense.
It's just like a lack of technology in there.
I can't
but
imagine
also-
what other gaps this place has if they can't make metal.
But you guys did find metal that was shaped in the fishing village, which should kind of hint you at something.
Somebody out here could do it.
Hmm.
Not these people.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to the bottom of it one of these days. But for now, I'm gonna peace out. It's been a pleasure, guys.
Yeah.
And enjoy the rest of your night. Talk to you both soon.
Have a good night,
I'll
guys.
put a call to D&D Lime again in a couple days probably, and whenever people can join in, we'll get another session going.
Aye, Captain.
Sounds good then.
All right,
Yep.
guys.
Talk to you both
Have a good
soon.
night.
Peace.